Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for the bi-weekly energies, an energetic snapshot of what you might expect over the next week or two. Like always with the bi-weekly energies, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates, leave what does not. You guys, what can I say? It's been an extraordinarily busy week for me, and for the next several weeks, as I anticipate. It's good stuff. No complaints. That being said, I do not know. I honestly do not know if I got shorts out. Trust me, honey, I've been trying to tune in. Christina, how are we feeling about shorts? Are we going to get it done? What are our thoughts on that? What's the temperature on shorts? My response has been, I don't know. Stop asking me. That being said, any sort of schedule changes, it is much easier for me to update Sassy Fam via Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, if you're so inclined, feel free to join me there. My profile is linked off in the description box. No complaints, you guys. I have been, given, handed, earned, selected some keystone assignments in my article work. So they're requiring a little extra research, a lot more. It's good stuff. This is what I signed up for. I'm all about it. So anyway, that's keeping me very preoccupied at this time. And I hope that you all are doing fabulous. And before I forget, happy birthday, Pisces. Yes, we entered Pisces season on the 18th, thereabouts, depending on where you are in the world. So once more, happy birthday to my Piscean crew. Thank you so much for the energy you bring to this channel. Like always, fabulous collective. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. But Christina, you say that about all the collectives. Yes, because I love you all. I see the collective, and I highly recommend this. If you practice tarot, while you don't necessarily have to know the ins and outs of astrology, you should know the 12 personalities. Yes, that's how I think of them. The 12 collectives, the 12 signs. I see them as 12 personalities, and you all bring something to the table. I say it all the time. So yes, I appreciate you all. Love you all, and everything that you bring. It takes a tribe, guys. It takes a village. It takes a tribe. And that's where we are in this world. Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Pisces season. And what else? What else is there to say? I will see you next week for the past, present, and future tarot readings, and I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. Show me Leo, please. Next couple of weeks. Show me Leo. Okay. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. King of Wands, there you are, darling. Well, to your credit, you're trying to sort it out. Very good. All right, Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Six of Cups, King of Cups. Lovely. Lovely. I see in your opening here, like I said, you are actively trying to work through this. Now, the reason I say that, because I want people to understand the difference between passivity and activity, and you're showing me activity here. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, that's usually way over the top, overthinking, over processing. It's a delay tactic. I don't want to actually be held responsible for making a decision, so I defer all decisions by looking like I'm busy doing nothing. And that's why I often lose my patience with just one or the other, never mind a combination of those things. And you've got the combo here. But you're also King of Wands. This is your court card. So I know that you are actively looking at this and you are holding yourself responsible. I got to figure this out. I got to make a decision. I'm probably not going to like 1,000% any one thing I decide. There's a lot of cons in these decisions, you're saying. But it's like I need to pick one that works for me. So I do see you sorting through something, and it is a bit elaborate, but you are addressing it head on. So good. I'm happy to see that. Over here. Less impressed. I don't quite know what's going on here. This one is a lot more on the passive side. Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So I'm not under the impression that it's you. It could be. I'm feeling like it's not. It feels smaller, a lot passive, and less inclined to move forward. Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. That's kind of, that's what you call a DOA. It's not actually going anywhere. It seems like it's trying to figure something out, Page of Swords, but really all it's doing is keeping an eye on you or the situation without making any more insights, declaratives, or actions that are obvious. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, that's that kind of smallness and stuck, and I don't want to change, but I'm looking at you and keeping an eye on the situation, and I don't know what to give this or think about it, so I'm not going to do anything, and I'm not going to make myself look at it further or do too much more with it. So some people might say, well, you're trying to work through it. I am not one of those people. I'm saying something here that's extremely stuck. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. That's no movement, no traction, no nothing. Page of Swords, small insight. I think they're keeping an eye on you or the situation. It could be that this person is waiting for you to work through this or do all the heavy lifting. I don't quite know. Like I said, not so impressed. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, King of Cups. Now, this situation aside, that is some beautiful emotional energy that you have access to. This is not random. This doesn't just happen in the next, say, 7 days or so. This is already in place. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, King of Cups. That's beautiful. You have a very rich social, emotional world where you are clearly supported by family and friends and by maybe one or two special soul bonds here. 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups. When those two are next to each other, oh yeah, you have more than one soul bond. That's why I don't say soulmate. That has the implication of one, and that's ludicrous. We have sorry, but it's true. You can have many unique connections in this life. There's some criteria there about that uniqueness. One, you have to have a shared history, okay? And you have to have that unique undercurrent of feeling. In other words, you wouldn't confuse that person with anyone else. But yeah, they can arrive in family, friends, not just intimate partners, okay? And King of Cups, this is nothing but love, and this is established, and this took time to establish all these emotional connections, so it's very loving, it's very supportive, and I see that you have access to this, and in fact, it makes you emotionally proud to be part of this all, to know that you are so well loved and supported. Okay, now it's not a competition. This confuses people. I know like 5 people, Christina. Yeah, that's your world. That's the inner circle. Some people, it seems like they know everybody. I'm not one of them. Maybe you're not either, but you could be. You might be one of those people that your family and friends represent roughly 100 persons. Okay, I don't know. I don't care. The point is that it's lovely. It's highly functioning. Just at the emotional level, it's highly functioning. Everybody knows their kind of place in each other's lives. You know, be they mom, dad, sibling, cousin, best friend of 20 years, it doesn't matter. You have such a gorgeous, emotionally rich world, and I'm glad that this is in place for you. That makes me very happy. Okay. And seeing how it's within the next 2 weeks or so, that all that tells me is that you're going to be spending some good time with some of those folks. You know, maybe not all of them, but the ones that are important to you. Maybe you need a recharge. Maybe you just want to feel a full heart again. Who knows? But I'm glad that they're there. Now, let's see all this stuff you're working through. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What are we trying to work through here? Whatever the solution is to you, you're not going to like it 100%. You need to know that, right? But it does need to be the answer, the conclusion, or the solution that works best for you. Excuse my lisp. All right, let's take a look-see. 10 of Pentacles, Foundation, Justice, and the 7 of Swords. Okay. Right now I see you looking at your 3D, your foundation. A lot of pentacle activity here. You're trying to find a solution within that foundation that makes sense to you and does justice for you and does justice for all. Okay. You're holding yourself responsible for this. I'm looking at an outcome for you that, like I said, in either direction, you don't particularly care for it. It's a little bit tricky. But what's the solution that best serves you and your community, your people, your connections, your network, your resources at the end of the day? That's what I'm talking about. I see that you're most likely going to default to a technical and or legal correct answer. The answer that benefits the most or the many. Okay? 7 of Swords. There's something about it you don't particularly care for. But you're showing me a decision process that's somewhere between a rock and a hard place. That being said, rock or the hard place, whichever of those solutions that best represents the technical or legal answer of things, even if you don't care for it. All right? It's kind of like if I choose this, even though I don't care for it, technically it might save me some time or space or resources down the road, or my community time, space, and resources down the road. So you have that decision weighing on you now. I see you clearing it up soon. I think you make your declarative within days, no more than 2 weeks of this reading. Okay? I agree with your decision. We all have to experience this from time to time, you know? But you are seeing yourself as a major player or a key player within that foundation, and you're holding yourself responsible for this decision. At least you're not deferring it, putting it off. No, it's like, I'm going to handle this, and I think you're doing a good job. All right, so there's that for you. That one was uniquely specific. Now, over here, Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Knights of Pentacles. Like I said, I got someone keeping an eye on you in the situation, not necessarily contributing, not moving forward. I suppose it's as it relates to this foundation and you making an important decision around it. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, so, yeah. All right. Whomever this is on the recipient side of things, or that's what they're anticipating, communication from you any day about the next goal, objective, or movement. It is very passive. I don't know why they're waiting and watching, but there is a huge sense of relief when you put your word or your message out about your decision. So, I don't know. It's such a small energy. I don't know why they felt the need to show me that, but it's a small energy. It's there. It's very passive. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's looking at you to solve this situation, and you do. All I see is immediate relief. It's like, oh, Leo figured it out. Okay. I'm not sure what to make of that, guys. Someone who's within it, maybe they're just waiting on orders from you. I have no idea. It's kind of frustrating. But it is, like I said, passive, so I guess it's not hindering movement, you know? But it's like, I really strongly feel this person doesn't want the responsibility that you have right here. They want the orders, they want marching orders, if you will. They're a recipient entity. Just tell me what your decision is, and we're going to run with that, kind of like that. And so you are, and then I see nothing but relief there. The communication, I have no doubt, came from you. Page of Pentacles, the Sun. And it's just relief. All I see is relief there. Okay, word's through. Word is through. Word came through from Leo. They figured it out. This is what we're doing, y'all. Something like that. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, King of Cups. All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to give this situation and this person a sense of relief then. All right, this is what we're doing, y'all. I don't know. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, King of Cups. I think the reason I'm having a problem with it is because it reminds me something very similar to the childlike process. You know, when the child is very small, they look to the adult, to the parent, to the authority figure to tell them what to do. And that's what I'm getting from that. It's like, tell me what to do. I'm not moving forward without you or without a decision from you. That's why I'm looking at you. And then as soon as that comes through, look at that relief that washes over them. Okay, Leo figured it out. Got it. So, okay. It's hindering, and I don't even know how they help, but they're happy. They're happy. They're happy that there's a solution there. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, King of Cups. Moving on. All right. All right, 9 of Wands, the Hanged Man, Ace of Wands. Yeah, you need some time with your people. All right, 9 of Wands, the Hanged Man. So I'm saying you're frustrated. There's frustration from this. Yeah. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, or lies the crown. I don't remember how that quote goes. I'm sure someone will look it up and tell me. I remember these things without ye old Google in front of me. But yeah, you wear the crown in this position. Like I said, to your credit, you sorted through this. It was tricky, but you're tired. 9 of Wands. You're tired. And the Hanged Man, you've been thinking about it. You need some literal space to recharge your master symbol there with the Ace of Wands. It's interesting. Emotionally look extroverted, but your energy is kind of internally, it looks like, exhausted. I think you need a recharge. That's all that is. You're tired. Hanged Man, suspension. No more activity for me, please. I need to recharge. Okay. And I see you recharging, like I said, with those people in your life that matter the most. I don't know that this person's necessarily a part of it, but they needed reassurance. Yeah, the people who can give you some emotional reassurance and love and support. Like I said, I don't see anything coming from this person. I don't. I feel, can I be honest with you? I'm looking at this dynamic and I feel like you're making decisions for two people. And given the smallness of their activity, are you acting on the behalf of two people as well? And something to do with that foundation? It's like technically this person should be working with you, but when it came to this situation, they negated any responsibility, decision-making, or actions. You look at that relief wash over them like, oh, okay, I'm not in trouble. Oh, okay, I don't have to do anything. Oh, okay, something like that. And that's exhausting when you do that much work or thinking or planning for two people. I can see why you need a break. Simply put, honey, in the future, I see you taking a break, hanging out with the people that you need to be around in the future. People who can give back to you emotionally and help you recover your energy and not necessarily take that from you. Okay, I know I sound harsh, but honey, that was a weighty thing you just went through. And somehow this person identifies themselves as being in some way partly responsible or some sort of player within the context of that foundational work, the activity, the actual 3D activity. Like I said, it's quite tiresome when you find yourself in a position of having to think and act on the behalf of two people or more. Okay. But hey, you know what? I'm happy for you. You worked through it. You solved the problem. You did. And now you get some much needed time with family and friends. Last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. I believe you have done. Okay. I don't think we need any more, but still. You might have some very strong Aries in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. Might be important to you. Work through your feelings. And so you did. More so out here with the people that you trust. VKRTSJ. We have the medallions of Aries. You might have some very strong Aries in your chart. Pisces. Obviously, we're in Pisces season now, but again, you might have some Aries in your chart. Could be connecting to I know, the owls in reverse, lacking wisdom, lacking insight, making decisions or doing anything. And that includes hunting. Everything is just in reverse for that one. Okay. All right, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. You got a busy but fruitful next 2 weeks. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me, Saggy. Oh my. What's going on? Show me, Sagittarius, please. Next couple of weeks. 3 of Swords. Knight of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Page of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. The Hierophant. It looks like you received some sort of information, message, something that really upset you and broke your heart. 3 of Swords, Knight of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and your first reaction was, what do I do? Is there anything I should do with this? Now, I'm curious about that. But yeah, it looks like you received word, something, indication that says, my heart hurts, this hurt my heart. And then, bless you, showed me 2 of Pentacles. So what do I do about it? It hit you right in the feels, too, with the Knight of Cups. That's the soft spot. That's the tender spot. 8 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Expect communication, bearing apology, I believe. It seems like there is an offer here of repair Five of Pentacles. I am aware that what I said or did broke your heart, upsets you, hurts you. I am seeing a very soft apology here with Page of Cups. Five of Pentacles. There is some structure around this conversation about the topic. It clearly covers a subject. That's coming up shortly within the next week or so. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and then you kind of show me life resumes. Okay, just kind of get on with things. Now, I'm not telling you you have to get over it. I'm not telling you that this isn't important. You're just kind of showing me, okay, well, let's get back to business, please. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant. It's like, this is what we do. This is what we always do. If there is a we, it looks like there might be with the Hierophant. For the most part, I am seeing your kind of dedication to your path, the steadiness of it, keeping it moving. Okay, let's move past this, please. It'll be slow going. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles is slow going. But it's like, you know what, I'm here. I'm committed to my path. You're not easily shaken. You're not easily put off. I know you just kind of want to get back to normalcy. What's going on here? Three of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I can see that you have dedication to path, consistency, commitment here. And I know you kind of want things just to calm down and get back to normal. I know. I want to make sure that apology or whatever it entails lands appropriately for you. All right, because I see your willingness to stay and continue to grow this thing. To be part of it, to participate. I want to make sure it's worthy of you, that's all. I know you're committed. Like I said, you're not easily shaken. But this hurt. Two of Swords, confusion, Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant. You might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Two of Swords could be connecting to. Two of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Yeah, it hurts. Like, where the hell did this come from? It just looks like it came out of left field. Something hurt you, and you're like, what the hell? And your Hierophant, your higher self, was immediately activated. It's like, hey, what's going on here? So I'm glad to see you stood your ground, spiritually speaking. But also, it's like, that just seems so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. A misplaced word, a misplaced deed, a sense perhaps of feeling forgotten or neglected. That could do it as well. With the Three of Swords, it kind of feels like rejection in a way. As if it wasn't the words direct, it was a lack of action. It suggests, wait a minute, what the hell is this? What are you trying to say, to me by ignoring this or not doing this or doing that? I don't quite know, but there is a feeling here of neglect. And it's small, it seems small, but it hurts you. It landed an impact. It seems a little thoughtless, maybe a little careless. But it hurt. Like I said, it hit you in the soft spot. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups. So while you don't have a big reaction, you don't. Like I said, it takes a lot to shake you. It still made an impact. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Yeah, the World. The Tower. And Justice. Yeah, there is an apology coming, and I don't always associate that with the Page of Cups. A lot of people do, and I see why. But I need to see more, and I see the surrounding material with the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So yeah, I leaned into apology, and that's here. The World, the Tower, Justice is kind of like saying, if I could take those words back or the actions back, I would, but I can't. I'm sorry. How can I make it right? So those are three measures over very simple concepts. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was worthwhile. All right, worthy of you, because your willingness to kind of get back on the path and just kind of like forget about it, let's just go back to normal, please, was quite high. So I wanted to make sure that delivery was on point, and from what I can tell, it is. Okay, but it's as it resonates. If in real life this has happened, because I can see the sting has already happened. If in the real life, though, what you receive is less than satisfactory, well, that changes the reading somewhat. Okay, so as it resonates. This, however, looks satisfactory. It's an immediate recognition of what happened. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. The World, the Tower. Okay, and Justice. There's a sense of correctness there. They figured it out, in other words. And we often make these situations much harder when we deny what we did. Well, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did, so acknowledge it. You see what I'm saying? I really wish people would understand their language better. Just because you didn't mean to hurt me doesn't mean that the effect was any less real. It still happened. So regardless of what you intended, the output is the same. Acknowledge that you hurt me, right? I don't give a shit what you intended. This is the outcome. Acknowledge the outcome, not your intent. Because if your intent had happened, we wouldn't be here. You didn't mean to hurt me, but you did. Okay? Either by word or deed or inaction. In some way, you felt neglected or hurt. All right? So I'm happy to see then that we're not denying it, because people who deny what they did, like I didn't mean to, or I thought, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Those folks who acknowledge it, good. Good. That means you have room for repairs. That means you have room for growth. That means we have an opportunity to learn and not repeat our mistakes. And that means you're with somebody who's willing to grow. This is good. That's a good thing. Eventually, we're all going to make mistakes with our people, our partners, somebody. The point is, do we acknowledge them? Those are the ones you keep. Okay? Inevitably, we screw up. We either do that kind of thing to somebody and we didn't mean to. It's on us to see it and acknowledge it. Or it happens to us. The same. Okay? You keep the ones who can admit fault and how they learned from it, etc. So that's pretty darn good. All right? That won't happen again. Justice. Okay. All right. 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Anyway, I just wanted to stop and say that because a lot of people are having a hard time distinguishing between, okay, that was unfortunate, but that doesn't mean it's a permanent behavior. And those folks who constantly are creating or recreating the same behaviors, but then say they're sorry and then do it again. So it's the ones who change are the ones you keep. All right. 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant. So if you're that Sag and you're on the receiving end and they refuse to acknowledge it, then what did I just say? You keep the ones who are willing to change and acknowledge fault. We all are going to get hit with fault time to time. We're humans. We're not perfect. So you got to figure out who's worth keeping. The person who has been given chance after chance, excuse after excuse, and that's all you get. Stop giving them the chances. That's it. They're not worthy. The Moon. Ace of Wands. Okay, and Death. Okay. That's interesting. As you go about your kind of sense of normalcy here, and you are, the Moon here in Pisces season, Ace of Wands, Death. Something inside you, you're not acknowledging it yet right away. This is going to be an acknowledgement that happens for you later. How many more majors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of majors in here today. But just FYI, you kind of marked that. You marked it in a big way, internally. And you're still processing it. It's not come to light. You go about your business, back on the path, like I said. You're not easily shaken from it. But something inside you just did an internal check that said that will never happen again or else. That hasn't dawned on you yet. Yeah. Looks like a simple apology, but look at that big acknowledgement. It will never happen again, I swear. Down here, on the inside, your internal self said it had better not or else. Yeah. It must have been pretty darn sizable. I have to say, your reaction was amazing. You're like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, you just did an internal systems check. It better not ever happen again. I think your energy towards them has changed somewhat. It's going to take you a while to understand that transformation. Okay. That's kind of like any sense of renewed hope, energy. It will be gone if this ever happens again. So this is that person's first, only, second, or last chance, something like that. Okay. Remember what we talked about. Someone who changes the behavior, you keep them. Right? Changes the behavior, changes the problem, admits fault. That's the one you keep. They repeat it. Those are the ones you let go. Bookmark that on the inside. Okay? Oh yes, I still see you as the Hierophant, guarding your path. You're still committed to it. It's slow, but it's like, let's get it back on track, please. Make time for self-love. Yeah, don't forget to love yourself. Last quarter moon in Libra. Everything begins with the self. Okay? So remember, the more you understand how you love yourself, you can better understand how you love other people. All right? That's going to inform you a lot as you continue to move forward with them. But yeah, always make time for self-love. Remember to honor those spaces within you first and foremost. All right? U, J, 2 V's, and Z. We have the Medallion of Pisces. Once more, we're in Pisces season. I'm going to be seeing the moon in Pisces references a lot for a while. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. I know your roots, your foundation is very important to you. I see that. Legacy as well. And remember, though, above all, the Tree of Life, the foundation, represents stability. As far as you can see, you still see stability on this path with this person. But if it happens again, you know it's an unstable element or unstable person that's going to take away from the foundation. So yes, be mindful of that. Who you build your legacy with and why. All right. Okay, we have the 4-leaf clover. Bit of luck here in the next couple of weeks. Good. I'm happy to see that. Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries. Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, King of Pentacles, okay? 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 10 of Wands, oh yeah, okay. All right, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Couple thoughts about that. We'll get there. I try not to put the cart before the horse, although I'm very prone to it. The King and Queen of Pentacles. Right here we have matching energies. Okay, 2 people, 4 swords. It's kind of like saying, I need a break, and you're like, great, I need a break too. Respective time to think, time out, reflect, and then heal. I strongly suspect they went to their corner, you went to your corner, something like that, right? It's a metaphor for space. But you both needed time to reflect and to heal, okay? Think about things, maybe cool off a little bit. 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 10 of Wands. There's so much tension between you and this person right now. And there has been. But right now I'm looking at the height of it. And there is still a fundamental disagreement about whether or not we want to keep this together. It's like yes or no. So the tension's really high right now. And so far, the cons are outweighing the pros. 3 cups should be super simple. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I feel good connecting and reconnecting to you. Oh, joy, me too. Let's celebrate. Yeah, it's 3 cups. Should be very simple. We either want to connect socially, emotionally, and feel good about each other and in each other's company, or we don't. There shouldn't be all that fuss, and that's a lot of fuss, guys. That fuss is surrounding a really simple idea. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oh, joy. Long story short, you two are fighting, connecting, reconnecting. Do we want to keep bringing this together? Because I feel like it should be a lot easier and a lot more chill. I'm not particularly very fond of you right now. Yeah, well, samesies. Not too fond of you either. Do you even want to hang out? I don't know. Do you even want to hang out? And it's at the height of that particular pressure. So let's take the word hanging out and stuff like that for relationship energy. Do we even want to be around each other? Can we even stand each other's company at this point? Yeah, so indeed, you two need a rest. Now, down here, a couple of thoughts. I know you two, but whoever I'm talking to, Aries Collective, you latched onto those two cards and went, oh, aces. Oh, okay, I know, but we need to clarify. Eight of Pentacles. So it might have been a while since you've had an aces reading, or you're not familiar with it. Maybe you're new to the channel. Aces can represent new. They can also represent the renewed effort. Eight of Pentacles. Yes, work on both sides would have to be put into these aces in order to renew the energy of love as well as interest, passion, hope. Right now, hope. I'm not even leaning towards passion at this point. I mean hope, real hope, but strong hope. Or you just went solo and you're going to work on new beginnings for yourself and stay grounded. So let's take a look. See, some of you already know. Others of you don't. It was the energies, thoughts, ideas between two people that is looking a little solo to me, but still, it can be the renewed aces, yes. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. You two look lovely and calm when you're not right next to each other. But that doesn't say much for companionship now, does it? All right, one more. Six of Cups. Nine of Swords. The Emperor. Yeah, so solo figure here looking at this connection. It's like we have a shared history. We do. That's acknowledged. Nine of Swords. The stress of it, though. There's so much anxiety between you and this person, collectively over the years. But you think of that bond, and I know for a fact you're very fond of it. I can see it. But you're also saying it's riddled with fears and anxieties and stress. It's constant stress. I believe you, so it's a little bit of both. So you got mixed feelings and mixed thoughts on this connection. It's kind of like saying, we, this person and I, we go way back, and while I am deeply fond of it, and I've got a history with them, you might even feel that you're soul bonded to them. Okay? That means the connection runs a little extra unique or special. It's not easy between us, and it hasn't been for a long time. The sweet kind of feelings are of yesterday, not today. And not in the recent past, maybe either. Okay. But yes, you are very fond of them, and this you admit of your own free will. Of course, this is your power card right there is the Emperor. Constant stress between you two. And you also say, when we take time out, great, we both calm down. We're both very practical. We're both very resourceful. We have a lot of common goals, working goals around home, coin, structure, stability, everyday way of life. It's like we have that in common. But if I'm being honest with you, this bond, the Six of Cups, they stress me out. We stress each other out. But yes, you two have a lot in common, practically speaking, yes. You both contribute to and run the home in some way, personal, careers, goals, finances, around that stuff, you know. But there's something here about the dissatisfaction of that bond. It's not sweet anymore. It's not kind anymore, or it's not very considerate anymore. It's always on edge. Something like that. Five of Wands, Three of Cups, Ten of Wands. All right, that's fair. Long-term companionship, that's fair. These are fair notes, excuse me. They're pretty common notes, I would say, from long-term companions. You might be married, you may not be. I just see that you two are very settled in your ways. So that in and of itself can provide a comfort, yes. But then the tension stays the same too, doesn't it? Five of Wands, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, King of Wands. Okay. What else, please? Justice. Ace of Wands. Okay. Okay. In fairness, In fairness, you're saying fairness. There's that Ace of Wands again. In fairness, you're saying you have done your best to make it work. You've tried many times over with them. Fair. You probably have at this point. So you already are familiar with a renewed Ace of Wands. You've tried to make things fair and balanced with them time and again. Give it real hope, real meaning again. Light. A sense of direction. Many times over. Many times. You've renewed that Ace of Wands with that connection many times. Fair. So let's talk about it. You're going to do it again? Takes two. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. The Hanged Man, Death, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a very strong practical side, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But that also, requires incorporation as well. How many times have you tried to keep this together, keep the hope alive in a good, fair, balanced way on both sides? You're saying, I've done my part. As far as I can see it in our history, I've done my part. I don't know that I can do it again or that I want to. It's kind of like saying, I'm dangerously close to having no hope for this situation. It's been renewed so many times and then snuffed out again. Right. So it takes two to renew this kind of positive energy and positive regard towards each other and to maintain that flame in a careful way. I see that baseline. It's very tumultuous. It's sometimes it's dramatic. Yeah. Over the simplest shit too. How to connect and feel good in each other's company. It's a constant argument, and I can see where you're the first person to perhaps wave the white flag and say, okay, this is how we can do things. Okay, so I know you've done your part, but here I see you very tired of contemplating any more energies to give this. I'm not convinced that you necessarily want to renew anymore, but that's something for you to think about. The Hanged Man, Death, and the King of Pentacles. So this will not be an impulsive decision. It requires more thought. Okay? A lot more. But technically, given your baseline, I can say it's at your disposal. That if you want to give this connection another chance, renewed energy of love and passion, hope specifically, and work through it, you can. Make sure it's returned to you. And that two people hold themselves responsible for being a good steward of the resources and the love and the passion between you two. Two people, not just one. I see where you've done the work. I do. But two people have to hold themselves responsible for that flame and for that love. Or it's not going, or you're just going to find yourself again and again and again in a situation where you're like, okay, Aries, here we go. I want to renew this, give this another chance. Wave the white flag, acquiesce, try to balance things. We'll do things your way. Something like that. Is that going to happen again and again and again? Or is it time for you to start focusing on new beginnings for yourself, Eight of Pentacles, and working through that and give it real-time energy and effort? Because let's be clear, you don't know. And that's something you need to work through over the next several weeks. I see you have a very strong practical side. I know that when you two are together, you run a good household, you run a tight ship. The bills get paid, things get done on time, right? The lawn gets mowed. The repairs happen that need to happen. Good savers. Okay, I'm assuming good spenders. I see that. But is that the dynamic that you want? Where the tensions are really, really high, and then you have to go out of your way to bring them down. I say, I'm going to start over again with you. Okay, make sure it's appreciated on both sides if you choose to renew. And if you choose to go for new, understand that that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. Okay, so no. It's not one of those readings where the tarot lady tells you absolutely what happens. No, you need to live your life and figure this out. That requires a direct Hanged Man response. Death. It's either going to end, or you look at it and you can calmly say, maybe there's still room for transformation. But this time it's not one person trying to make things right. Like I said, it takes two people to be a steward to these energies and resources, to the effort. Not just one person trying to do every damn thing. Okay, first quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Take a breather. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Okay, something there about be humble. Lower your pride. I see where your pride has worked for you here. In a sense, I can do this, but that's probably the attitude. I think for some of you, that's where ego might have stepped in and said, I can fix this, as like a sole participant in a two-person situation. That was pride. Beware of that. True partnership suggests two people. You have a partner, not an attachment. Okay? Not someone there who's just taking up space, but a real partner. But yeah, be humble. I know. I know you're strong. I can see you're strong-willed. Typically, when you come up with solutions, they stick, right? And you take pride in that. But this is a two-person solution. And take it for what it is. They don't want to provide any solutions. You have your answer. It's just not necessarily the one you were looking for. It's still an answer. But yeah. And then, of course, take a breather. Oh, that was the opening right there. I think you two needed a breather from each other. Am I right? And also be humble if you choose new beginnings. I don't blame you. Maybe don't crow about it, you know. I think you know you could have new beginnings. I don't think they understand or appreciate that. Things might be a little different if they knew your prospects, which are actually quite high. They're more like this connection's here. It's always been here. It's not going to change. E, U, Q. We have the medallions of Capricorn as well as Sagittarius. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you. The same for Leo as well as Cancer. We have the Captain's Wheel, which is a combination of the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Time moves forward always, with or without your acknowledgement, participation, choices, actions, or feelings. So make the best use of your time. Doors closed, doors open. Know which ones are worth closing. Know which ones are worth keeping open. In your case, this one has the opportunity to be kept open, or you can gently close it and start opening some new doors for yourself. I can see it swing in either direction. That's why you need more contemplation. But make the best use of your time. Always do not be idle. That's real. In either direction. Renewed or new. But that's real. Take it seriously. Yes? You gotta know, guys. You gotta know. Life is too short. The music note. All right. Some of you, music is your profession, your hobby, or it's how you tune. And music is extremely important. Do you have a concert in May? No, May? March? It's one of the M's. It's May or March. It's not quite right. It may not be a concert. But like a big audience. Yeah. That could be so many things. Why does that seem controversial? Is that one of the arguments between you two? About how you spend time? Oh, that's a classic. I like to do this. Well, I don't, so... See? You're always doing something I don't want to do, but you know this about each other. So you can either support and show up, or say, I support you, but I'm not going to go. It doesn't have to be an argument. Is that a constant argument or source of tension? There's something here you really, really like to do, music or just... entertainment, I don't know, something like that, live entertainment, and like, I hate that. It's an expensive bullshit hobby. You see what I'm saying? There's something to be said. It's one thing if your partner, supports your activities, even though it's not what they necessarily want to do. And it's another thing when they tear them down. It's just one of the many forms of disagreement over the most fundamental shit that is supposed to keep you two together and practice love for each other and support and care. And a 3 cups is as simple as it gets. It shouldn't be this hard. Anyway, I don't know why they had it just kind of hit me right on the side. FYI, but you got something coming up that you're looking forward to? March or May, one of those. You already got the tickets. Have fun. Let's see. We have the fox here. Clever, sharp, fast, quick-witted, foxy. But I have no doubt. You're clever, you're smart, you're fast. I know. And then we have the almond reverse. Well, somebody here is refused to look or look deeply or come up with workable solutions, or there's something here we're just not seeing or refuse to see. Okay, Aries, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me. Aquarius. Okay. Death. 3 of Wands, the Hanged Man. Good. It's a good day in my book. Now, that doesn't mean the background was easy. Probably wasn't, but I'm happy to see that. We'll get back to it. Promise. 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 3 Cups. Good for you. Good for you. Excellent. Judgment. 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Heads up, we'll get to that. But congratulations, you. Death, 3 of Wands, the Hanged Man. No more waiting. And let's be clear, folks. This was not just waiting. This was elaborate waiting. It was painful to look at that. You experienced it, though. At some point, I think you pulled back the lens on your own energy and saw yourself waiting. Like looking at yourself, looking outwards. And it kind of caught up to, how long have I been waiting? I'm looking at myself, looking at somebody else. This is not a way to live, and it's not. Like, I gotta stop waiting. Life is happening, with or without me. Yeah, that's right. And so you put it into it, but also, as long as that token, I think this took a long time, it gave you some space to transform as well. So it's not just about what you stopped doing. It's also what you transformed into, and you remembered, oh yeah, I'm a 9 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, I'm someone who's perfectly capable of standing on my own 2 feet. I'm not afraid to be alone. 4 Swords, see? I'm rest of the issue. Honestly, it's kind of like saying between knowing that I'm on my own, alone, or single if you must, versus the anticipation of something that never arrives. I'd rather just claim my single status than to keep this bullshit waiting over here. And it's very elaborate. I'm glad you stopped, and you also transformed, or rather, perhaps better said, acknowledged who you are. I'm 9 of Pentacles, I can take care of myself. 4 Swords, I'm at peace with it. I've rested on the subject, and you know what, 3 Cups, I want to meet new people, man. I want to get out there and connect. I want to forge new connections and people who actually want to celebrate with me in my company, and they don't make me wait. Life's too short. 3 Cups, celebrate. Simple connectivity that you can wrap your mind around and your heart around, and something that you can actually open up to and feel good about and have some self-pleasure in that and pride in that. It's like, man, connecting, allowing myself to have fun, allowing myself to enjoy my individual status, my singular status, if you will. Time is on my side. I can connect, I can rest, I can do whatever I want. I am my own person. I'm waiting on nobody anymore. Beautiful. Judgment, 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords, and then I made a fight. I know I felt it. I felt my face go twitch. Judgment, 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Oh. Was that the one you were waiting on? They finally made up their mind to address you? Came through at last? Judgment, 6 of Wands. A little bit of an ego there. Now, don't get me wrong. 6 of Wands can often be a good source of ego, pride, confidence. That's healthy ego, and it's one of the things that keeps us alive. So know the difference between healthy ego and unhealthy. Unhealthy ego is that says, I'm here and I bet you're so glad. Here's some attention. So yeah, it's coming across that way. Queen of Swords, somebody's finally putting their focus on you. No doubt the one that you felt that you were in a position to wait on. Isn't that funny? But it's not a coincidence either. When you take your attention or focus off someone, they put it back on you. Was it worth it? What you paid? For them to finally put their attention on you? Judgment, it finally comes through? Remember that. Remember that when they're giving you the looks and they're giving you some attention. Remember that. Okay. Death, 3 of Wands, the Hanged Man. And the second you pull your attention away, oh, I sense they're not waiting on me anymore. Huh. You can't have that. I'm just going to show up and they'll love it. They'll absolutely love it. Thing is that they expect the recognition. Oh, you're finally paying me attention. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for you. So they're expecting some strokes, guys. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm going to have very limited attraction emotionally, sexually, otherwise to someone who comes around and it's like, oh, you're welcome. I'm sure they're quite charming, though. With the Queen of Swords and the 6 of Wands, I'm sure they're quite charming. Smart, too. Funny. Intellectual. Maybe a bit brainy. But still, they know what they're doing. Okay. Yes, I'm sure it was quite painful. Oh, Jesus, honey, that's way too long. 10 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. I don't know. I was just saying, goodness me, what was the motivation for you? A little bit of passion went a long way. Like, you took a little bit of passion and you ran with it. It's like, I can wait for a long time, and you did. 10 of Swords, by the way, is not an indication of an ending. It's a precursor. It can be a precursor. It's pain, though. At the end of the day, it's pain. It adds up quite a bit, and whether or not it's an actual ending depends on how aware someone is of that pain and how much they've been carrying it. Otherwise, it just creates a layering effect. It just adds up until somebody finally says, are you done? It's usually you, right? The person who's waiting. Am I done waiting? And you did. I said at some point you pulled back the lens, spiritually speaking, and said you saw yourself looking at yourself, waiting for somebody. And that kicked off something for you, didn't it? There's so much time here. So much time. I don't know how much time, and I don't mean a couple days waiting for a text, guys. I mean time, real time, heavy time invested in this, waiting. Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands. None of that is casual. 3 of Wands, okay. Maybe. If I didn't see anything else, I might have said, you're waiting days, maybe weeks for a message. Some signs of life. I already have a poor opinion of that. Never mind that delay effect. No need. A little bit of passion. Goodness me. What did they do? They throwing around that much good dick or that much good veg to make you wait that long? I have no idea. But look at that pain. Can you honestly say it was worth it? Were they worth it? You. You're always going to be worth anything you do, but you need to know your worth first. Think of it that way. I'm glad it stopped. That's all I have to say. I'm glad it stopped. I'm glad that you finally allowed yourself to get out of jail. Stop waiting. 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups. Be proud that you're on your own because you can clearly handle it. A lot of people can't handle it. You can. 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and rest on the subject. Be at peace with the subject. You're a free agent. You were this whole time. They didn't claim you. So you were a free agent this whole time. I don't know what the hell they did to deserve that level of attention and loyalty. It looks like it was at a massive distance, and it could be physical, but that's not the point. it still asked you to wait, and you said, yeah. I have some rules around waiting. If you're going to wait, first and foremost, you got to know it's worth waiting for. Otherwise, A, you never ask, and B, you never volunteer. 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups. The High Priestess. Oh yes, please, listen to yourself. The Hierophant. And Strength. Wow, look at that. Major, major, major. Goodness me. Intuitively, you feel that you owe yourself more. Yes. Intuitively, you feel more in alignment with your values and beliefs in this moment, being on your own, than you did waiting for them. So, waiting for this in some way violated your personal beliefs around traditions, norms, and values. You want so much more. But it shouldn't have taken that long to show up. So in some way, you waiting crossed your own sense of values. But now that you're on your own, and you can claim that, you're proud of it, you're not intimidated by it, and you're connecting, you're saying, finally, I'm getting back into my practices. Finally, I'm getting back to what matters to me spiritually and intuitively. You feel that. You feel that by connecting to other people, in reality, people you can actually access one-to-one. It's like, oh my gosh, this is what I believe in. Real connectivity. Where I can actually show up, make a difference, and I'm experiencing things and so are other people, and it feels good. It's like, yes, I'm getting back to my basics, getting back to my values. This is what I believe in. This is what I should commit to. The real process that can be verified, experienced, so on and so forth, and strength, and it gives you so much strength to continue. But yeah, here I am. I see you spiritually lining up to your values. That's not commitment yet. This is more commitment to the spiritual self. This is what I believe in. Stuff that's actually happening, and I can account for it. Yes, Judgment, 6 of Wands. So I want you to continue to go out there and enjoy yourself. You deserve it. Let's talk about that. Judgment, 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Oh yes, I'm sure that one's quite charming, quite witty. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've seen the King, Queen of Swords, or the 6 of Wands in positive positions before. Usually it's job well done, or I found a solution, and you deserve those pats on the back. This, however, is the one that's showing up in terms of, I'm happy. I'm sorry, I'm here, and you should be happy, or you can thank me now, or something like that. Judgment, 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Page of Cups, the Magician, and the Tower. Oh, shock, surprise. You don't want it anymore. Say it ain't so. Yeah, they're going to be in for a surprise that when they show up, you're not automatically kissing their ass and volunteering to wait anymore. Come to find out you don't want it. You're having a good time over here. Kind of see, I'm not saying your foolishness, my dear. No, I'm saying you kind of realize the frivolity, the foolishness of it all. The irony, by the time they show up, you want nothing to do with it. Page of Cups, the Magician, is like, well, I used to put good faith and feeling into manifesting this, that you're here, that you would arrive one day. Now that you're here, shock, surprise, I want nothing to do with you. So actually the Tower, it's like the opposite is true. It's like my desiring you, my manifesting you, my waiting for you was the Tower. It was a Tower. It was delusional. What was I thinking? Oh my God. What are you but quick-witted with a charming smile? Other than that, you're not worth waiting for. Not at all. You never were. And that's the Tower. It's like, I realized that my manifestation was wasted on this, but you know what? Also know it's not. It represents the opportunity to get back into your beliefs. Whatever this is, you participating in it violated your beliefs. And now you have the immense pleasure of getting reacquainted with them, and it's going to feel so good. I'm not necessarily looking at the mechanics of a long-term relationship, although I can see distance here being an issue for some of you. That's not the point. There are people who choose long-distance relationships all the time because they know that they can work with it, not neglect it, and expect the other person to wait around to find out. That's not a long-distance relationship. No. That's all within the next 2 weeks, honey. Now, I'm curious to know the day you stopped waiting. It's hard for me to believe it happened just last week. I believe what I'm seeing for you is a very intricate process of you learning to let this go and stop waiting for it. Because boom, and now I got you in 3D, no problem, connecting in real world spaces that you feel good about. And you look great, you look happy, with no plans to discontinue that. I'm going to continue, obviously encourage you to continue to do this, but this one, judgment within the next couple of weeks. Okay, know your worth always. Especially when it comes to matters of waiting, whatever it is. When you know your worth, then you therefore know what's worth waiting for. And I think when you decided to wait for this one, you didn't understand your worth, or you forgot it. You forgot it for this person. Know your worth, and you will never, ever forget how to spend your time ever again. Okay. You might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting too. Our what? I don't want to know. But we didn't get any medallions, so I'm going to do another pull. We have 2 R's now. DEL. We have the crescent moon in reverse by the light of the new moon, possibly. I can see that, sure. And then we have the key. Yes, you have the key, always. You were never indebted to this. You could have released yourself from that at any time, but you have to acknowledge that you had the key in the pocket. A lot of people think, I don't have a choice. I put so much time into waiting. Oh no, that's when you have the most choice. That's when you start making those uncomfortable decisions. It depends. The more in tune you are with your worth, you're least likely to choose something like that. But let's say you did. Knowing your worth a little bit more guarantees that you get a little more comfortable remembering you have a key. You can unlock yourself from that situation at any time. Okay. All right, hard reading, but also no, it's not. I love what you're doing over here. I love that you're so comfortable with yourself again, and that you're getting reacquainted with your core beliefs and values. That's going to carry you far. And then out there you have the distinct pleasure of showing that person demonstrating or not showing up at all. How much you don't give a damn. Oh, you showed up. Good for you. You figured out how to use the phone. Yeah. Oh, you bought a plane ticket. I know those can be complicated. That can be complicated. I know. But you got it. You figured out how to get in a plane and come see me. Even though I hadn't heard from you for a year. Yeah, good job. Bravo. Bravo. Yeah, you keep going at this, you might start accomplishing things in life. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, the Lovers, your power card. Okay, King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Okay, what is going on, guys? I got a lot of intense emotions here, but also with the insistence of a practical output. And somewhere between these very strong emotions and reality, I think these 2 figures are trying to sort something out. Now, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, the Lovers. Your power card, but you're sharing that energy with somebody here today. You're showing me I'm trying to work through this. It's complicated. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. You're like, look, I'm aware of the fact. You don't need to point it out to me, Christina, but I'm here. That's my job. Yeah, don't need you to point it out to me that I'm holding on to my friend. I know I'm holding on to my friend. Okay? It's because I'm trying to work through it. Leave me alone. Get off my ass. And you are. You're trying to work through this. You're involved. You know what it means to you. You know how they affect you. But you're showing me the practical construct. How do I work through this? How do I work through this? What do I give to it? Do I give anything to it? Do I just continue to hold on to it? Maybe it'll sort itself out later. I don't know. I need to take a look at you and see what this construct means to you. Because I see you working through it, but also not relinquishing it. In other words, you're not showing me solutions here that you particularly care for about this strong connection you're part of. Is it workable, really? Is it workable? Is it still workable? I don't know. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's interesting. I see nothing but warmth. Warmth and care, love, and a strong dose of passion there between these two. A lot of intense feeling. It's beautiful too. It's very natural. It's very organic. It's the way it should be. No forced emotions. I mean, emotionally speaking, you two look like you would come together just fine. It's patience. Patience, Guns N' Roses. Yes, of course. Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. You're showing me I've landed on something. I feel good about it, and I do feel it's workable. I see you aiming towards a workable solution. And something here personally, Nine of Cups, you say you feel good about. Three of Wands. It's kind of like, let's watch, wait, and see. Let's see how this shapes up. I don't want to take anything for granted. Something like that. Okay. All right. Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Lovers. Justice, the Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor. See, I know. I get that. Like I said, you're holding on to this. You know that. If not stubbornly so, perhaps. You're calling them friends because you're saying, I need something that I can work with. But it's more than that. Justice, the Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor. You feel very strongly about this, actually. You want to do something. You really do. You want to make things cool, fair, correct. It's kind of like a spiritual point for you at this point, right? For Gemini, that's the thing. I want to make this correct between us. I want it to be correct. I need it to be correct. You're showing me a need. I need to make things correct between us. You're not showing me a willingness to rush. But if I'm being honest with you, I see that you've been trying to work towards a solution for a long time. And then I look at these two people. I see nothing but warmth. Warmth, care, love, attraction. Lots of it. Okay. Let's talk about it. Ten of Cups, Judgment, the Lovers. I see. I know it's more than friendship to you both. I know it is. There's so much deep feeling here. And judgment, it's a choice. It's a choice to try to find space in each other's lives at the emotional level. It's a choice to make room for each other that goes beyond passion. Yes. The passion was the easy part. Lovers is there twice. Look at all that fire. Easy. Passion's easy. It's the emotional space. It's a choice to choose each other at the emotional level and literally make room in each other's lives. This is how you are emotionally significant to me. This is your role. This is how I see you, and the other person relays the same. This is how I see you. This is how I'm making space for you. This is how I love you. This is how I want to see you in my inner circle. This is how I want to experience you in mine, you know? It's a choice on both sides, and I have to agree. So you're showing me I'm working on this really hard. I want it to make sense. I want to do right by it. It seems to me it's a very simple solution. Both sides have to choose to make space for each other. in a real fundamental way that goes beyond passion and the busyness of your two's respective lives. I'm sure you're both very busy. But we're talking about choices, judgment around emotional connectivity. 10 of Cups. It's a choice to open up, to expand, to be vulnerable, to share real emotional experiences and create real emotional memories, to give each other emotional expectations and real definable roles. You know? So it can't just be you, and it can't just be them. You're saying you want to do right by this connection. It also needs to do right by you. And if that's the case, it seems the best way to work things out with this person is for the both of you to understand what you mean to each other in your lives. Why do you love each other? Why do you care about each other? Why do you want to make this thing work? Why do you want to make it right? Where's that coming from? 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. So I see you looking a little more pleased out there. 6 of Pentacles. There's a sense of balance there. 3 of Wands, but keeping our expectations or hope manageable. Okay. 2 of Wands, King of Cups, and 4 of Wands. Yeah, see. It is taking shape. It's just degrees by degrees. Okay. Right here, the more you two practice this, making space for each other, guess what? The more you two shape up in some sort of relationship. Now, it is an emotionally based relationship, but it has a higher probability of taking shape in reality where you both can interact with it the more we open up to each other. That's it. It's not rocket science. I don't know what the big dilemma is, okay, where we've kind of been holding on to our special friend for a long time. And as time passes, we feel it's even more imperative to correct things with them. I don't know what the motivation is behind that. That's another reading for another day. That's more history than I'm willing to look at right now for a check-in. I just see what looks like infinite possibility between you two if expressed well. Let love speak for itself. And everything starts to flow equally and by degrees, yes. It becomes manageable in your eyes. Manage the expectations too. But I see something here shaping up in terms of equal division, and it feels good. Love is there, it's being expressed. And yeah, a relationship is starting to take shape. It's done so consistently. Keep ourselves open, choose this in ways that can be chosen realistically and emotionally. And then boom, you two have something to show for it. You know, you're showing me over here the classic impression of the Lover's Connection, something that hits very intense, hot and heavy, right? The fire was the easy part for you two, no doubt. It's the emotional piece and then possibly the 3D piece, reality, that is proven trickier. I think in order to choose each other more correctly in the 3D, we have to be willing to share more emotionally. But yeah, I think you two were lovers classically first. I think you two met and the attraction was instantaneous. It felt easily. But then time took its toll and things got complicated, right? But yeah, it stayed with you even after all this time. Excuse my squeaky chair. Even after all this time. And after all this time, to note, it's become increasingly imperative for you to balance the scales with them, and perhaps that's all you intend right now. But if chosen well, it can shape up well too. Going beyond this sense of balance and correctness, you know? I don't know. It looks so simple and so lovely. I know, baby. I see that. I think somebody has some very strong Libra tendencies in your chart. You want to find that balance, and that's all you showed me for your special friend, the one that you hold on to. You want to find that balance, and I know it starts out as a 3D thing. How can I correct this in the 3D where I can interact with it and it makes sense, right? But if chosen well, it's actually balanced at the emotional level, and the 3D stuff falls into place. Okay. Yeah. See the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius and full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions. This one gets you a little hot-headed. A little hot under the collar sometimes. I understand. Yeah, well, a good lover's connection will do that. Sometimes you want to love them as much as you want to fight them, right? I said there's a wealth of warmth and love between you two, but that intensity was already pre-existing. I know. Okay, R-M-U-D-Y. We have the medallions of you, Gemini, Pisces, as well as Sagittarius. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. Obviously, we're in Pisces season right now. We have the infinity loop, soul bond, possibly. Someone who you feel that you are deeply connected to at the soul level. Oh, sure, absolutely. I can believe that. Gemini, I do hope this helped you. I do. And to your credit, though, you do find a solution. And it might be easier than you think. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Libra. Oh, well, the Tower, the Chariot, the World. Oh, okay. Put a stop to that nonsense. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, the Fool. The Sun. Oh, that's a lot better. Good. Oh, good. Okay. King of Wands. Yeah. The Two of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, and you're not alone. Now, that opening, that's a heck of a thing. Wow. The Tower, Chariot, the World. It's kind of like saying, well, I was going to head off in a particular direction. I changed my mind. Abrupt halt, like you stopped dead in your tracks and said, if I go over there, that could be disastrous. I don't think I want to do that. No. We're going to go ahead and kill that vibe, kill that energy, kill that direction specifically. To be clear, the Chariot, swift movement, one direction, no stops. Okay. In other words, it's the force of our will going down a path, and it's like, don't try and stop me. So I can see that you were dead set to follow a particular direction or path, and then you just went, stop, like, really on a dime, turned it, and said, no, go over there now. And I'm glad that you did. It looks a lot more prosperous for you, to be honest. That was quite the thing. I know you intended to go somewhere, but then you saw it as a bad thing in some way. It's like it could be folly. It could be disastrous. You had the opportunity to, but something kicked off your intuitive self, or you had evidence that if you proceeded in that direction, it would not be good for you. So the World, you closed that door, and as soon as you closed it, you opened another one, and here's the opening. The Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, the Sun. Oh, that's so much better. That one seems a lot warmer, a lot more reassuring to my viewer as well as to me. Personally, this one's a lot more reassuring. Now, this is something you can count on and you actually feel really good about. I'm glad you changed your mind. It might have been extremely inconvenient. It might have made you look a certain way in terms of being perceived, if anybody witnessed that change of mind, because it was quite powerful, quite all of a sudden. No matter. It doesn't matter. This was the healthy thing to do right here. You're much, and I mean much happier for it. Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, the Sun. It's like, I'm so glad I took a chance on this. This new beginning, this new opportunity. I said yes. I said yes to this instead of doing that. Yes. King of Wands, Two of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and you're not alone. Someone supports you, loves you. They mean a lot to you, and you to them. Okay, so I don't know if that's a new attachment. I don't know if that's just someone who supports you with love in the general sense. I have no idea. But yeah, they care about you a great deal. Okay? Okay, the Tower, the Chariot, the World. Oh my. Oh man. My goodness. I almost don't want to clarify. Almost don't. I'm glad it was avoided. I'm glad you changed your mind. I'm glad you didn't go down that road. I'm glad you didn't take that road trip. I'm glad you... I don't know what this is. You seem to be so determined, so dead set. I'm going to do that. And then you went, whoa, stop. The Tower, the Chariot... The World, I don't know what it is, Punny, but you avoided disaster, mark my words. Okay, the Tower, the Chariot, the World. I'm not trying to freak you out, I'm just saying. I'm just glad you didn't. Very glad you didn't. Death, Eight of Cups. I am so thankful you changed your mind. You had a change of heart, and maybe that's all you knew. That's all you needed to know. I'm glad you changed your mind. And Judgment, Eight of Cups. It might have been as simple as, I'm not really into this, and you stopped and halted all activity, so I don't know where you were going. And maybe you had something that distracted you. Hey, Libra, come pay attention to this real quick. And it put you in a position where it's like, okay, well, if I don't do this thing now, I just need to walk away from it. I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened, but let's call it divine intervention. Let's be glad it did. I don't get readings like this too often. Once more, I'm not trying to freak you out. I just want to let you know that thing that you recently had to change your mind on, walk away from, or even got pulled aside from. And it's like, well, now I can't go, or now I can't do that thing. Let's be glad. That's all I'm going to say. Let's be glad. Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, the Sun. Oh yes, much better climate. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Some sort of brand new opportunity here, one that you can personally invest in, and maybe even expand your kingdom, your coin, whatever it is you got going on, baby. It's probably better suited to you. You're very happy about that. And you might even be that person that's like, you know what, I'm glad that didn't work out, because then I wouldn't have this. You may not know what you avoided here. I don't... But I have to insist, for some of you looking at that Tower, you might have just a wee bit of a premonition there. If I pursue that, if I go down that road, if I look at that, if I take it seriously, if I go meet it where it is, I don't know, I got a bad feeling. Yeah. I say that qualifies for a bad feeling. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, the Sun. Oh, good. Oh, happy day. Okay, good. Let's see what this is about. The Hermit. Ace of Wands. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, it's right on the back of that World. Like I told you, as you close this out, you opened another one right here, and you're going to have that appreciative wisdom that I just reflected on before I put your cards down. You're going to have that moment in retrospect where you look back and you're glad you didn't do that, because then you wouldn't be doing this. Right. And that's from Insight Reflection, the Hermit, for having things like this happen in your life. Anybody who's ever had that, it's like, well, if that didn't work out, I wouldn't be doing this. You have to have experiences like that to show me what you just did. And you're just like, see, faith. You just got to have faith. Sometimes things work out. You take chances here that are good, and you might take chances over there that are bad, or whatever. It's like, yeah, yep, here it is, right here. You're reflecting on that. It's like that tarot lady. Was the one door closed, another opens, eh? You know, but yeah, look at where it came from, though. So let's be glad. Let's be glad. Let's be very glad. I'm very thankful, and I'm happy for you as well. But yeah, you got some renewed energy, faith there. You're excited. Whatever this is, it looks like it's just intended for you. It looks like it fits you quite well. It looks like it fits your path quite well, the potential of it for long term. I'm happy for you, be it an investment, a home, a purchase, or a brand new job. I don't know. I don't care. I know it sounds very Oprah-esque right now, and you get a new car, and you get a new opportunity. Okay, fine. Whatever, man. It works. I like it. And the thing is that you do too. It makes you very happy. So it's the right thing at the right time. All right. It really is. I'm glad you didn't do this. I'm glad the plans got canceled. Whatever. King of Wands, and that's just your week, honey. This is just your next couple of weeks. King of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Yeah. Oh, Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups. Oh. Okay. Methinks they're just a wee bit on the new side. You got a couple things going on for you. This, fantastic. You can start interacting with this immediately. Okay. And you're looking forward to it. You're counting down the days. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, when you can really start to appreciate that, work in it, engage in it, something like that. And get your hand around that opportunity for reals. It's on your path. I love it. It falls into place beautifully. That down there. Somebody's opening up to you. It does seem to be headed straight towards you. You're like, what, me? Little old me? What? What about Libra? What? Yeah. Someone's coming towards you, actually. There you are, darling. Okay. Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups. Yeah, you respond well. From your point of view, I'm just going to invest a little bit. You know, maybe we can get 2 cups going. Sure, a bond. And those bonds can run very deep or shallow. That's the whole point of trying them out, is new, to see if it's going to go somewhere. And I'm not going to lie, you are interested. Get your attention. And I can see why. It's very romantic. But more than that, it seems to be authentically so. It's not romance for the sake of it. Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, someone actually does want to affect your heart. They want to make an impression. So, I have to say, I like the way you respond. It's the Empress. Some of you Libra might be your Venus. Some of you Libra, and call rising, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, you're responding with just even a little bit of a blush. Just a little bit. Now, I think you have a perfectly healthy response. Page of Cups, 2 of Cups. Okay, I say yes. I can see where this goes. Sure, why not? But I promise you, someone is very much interested in not just honoring your heart, but capturing it. really, really making an impression there on your heart space. Yeah. So congratulations on all this beautiful activity. And you know, whatever that is, you managed to avoid it. I would love to know more. Unfortunately, I can't do additional clarifiers without upsetting people. It's just how it is. All the time. But it's true, fair. I can't give additional clarifiers to everybody. Still, I suppose you would know. Be mindful of what you're doing over the next couple of weeks. And if you had your heart dead set on a particular direction and you're starting to have misgivings, listen to that. And then also be aware of any sort of judgment calls that feels like it's pulling you away and you're hesitant about that. Listen. Just listen. Yeah, be real always. Full moon in Aquarius. So you have some very strong Aquarius in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. We just exited Aquarius season. Could be a reflection of that. But yeah, full moon in Aquarius. Be real. Be real. I can see you're a very authentic person. You know when and where and how to say yes to new opportunities, which is good. Okay. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. And then last quarter moon in Pisces, yeah, talk less, feel more, and that's coming up for you. But I like this. Congratulations on whatever that is. Let me know. It seems to me you ought to know what this is by now or have a rough idea. Okay? And then that love energy. Wow. Wow. That's the kind of stuff people pay good money for in private readings. I want to know that that's coming to me. Well, for you it is. And all you had to do was suffer some ads, yeah? Unless you pay for YouTube Premium. But I promise you guys the ads help pay me. That's why they're there. I don't do membership stuff. I don't try to sell you crap. Yes, I have merch, but I don't push it on people. It's ads, so I appreciate you, those who trudge those ads for me. Appreciate it. R, D, we have the medallion of Sagittarius, Scorpio twice actually. You might have this very strong placement in your chart. Could be connecting to it. The season might be important to you. And then we have the Pegasus in the upright. Yes, you have the wings to fly. That means you have the freedom to choose. And you do. You're a very strong chooser, actually. I know you were dead set on this, and even if you changed your mind, it was for damn good reason. And it's because you could. I'm glad you have the freedom to choose this. You have the freedom to choose that. You are free to fly. I love it. And you know it. You're sexy and you know it, but you also have choices and you know it. And I love that because you are exercising your choices beautifully. I love it. Because you can and you know that you can. That's why. And then we have the Captain's Wheel. Yes, I agree. Which is a combination of the Wheel of Fortune and the World. Time moves forward always with or without our input, participation, feeling, thoughts, etc. So it's best that we participate in our own timeline, not be passive, right? Doors closed, doors open. You showed me one and the same here. This one closed, many opened for you. Thank goodness. Okay. I love it. All right, Libra honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus. All right, the Chariot, Judgment, Six of Cups. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but who's doing what, though? Oh, we'll get there. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Star. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. All right, as I say, though, who's doing what, though? The Chariot, Judgment, Six of Cups. I got a soul bond. I got swift movement, judgment. Someone's coming on through. Either you to someone else's timeline or someone from their point of view coming back into yours. But the decision's made, and it's arriving swiftly. Okay? So if it's coming from you, good luck to you. It looks like your kind of spiritual, emotional self has made up its mind and is like, I know what I'm doing. It's my choice. And you're right, it is your choice. It's judgment. To connect to, reconnect, I think, specifically the Six of Cups, soul bond, someone we know of the past, or it's them to you, in which case you still get to operate by the laws of judgment. You can either accept that connection or the energy, or you don't have to. Okay? But now's the time. Now is the time. I do know it's rolling in swift, shortly. If not by the time of this reading, then like I said, within the next week or two. Okay. Two of Wands, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands, and then the conversations it just takes a life of its own. There's communication here. I don't know that it's rapid, but it's on point. Somebody says something, the other person responds, and it goes back and forth pretty steadily after that, and easily too. Catches up quickly. There's some heat in here. This is all fire. Two of Wands, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands. It looks lovely. It looks light. And there's a certain intensity behind the language, but for the most part, it remains on point. Pretty fast, or I may say fast, but it's just on point, back and forth, back and forth. There's no hesitation, there's no waiting, there's no, leaving the other person on red or in the mystery zone. It's really straightforward, back and forth communication. Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Star. We're beginning to feel that there's hope here, and I'm all about true hope, real hope, not false hope. I wouldn't do that to you. I read what's here, not what isn't. The Star, Two of Cups, we have been desiring something like this. Where we have maybe some intense repair work between you and somebody else, but it feels right. And so long as it feels right, that's all I care about. Okay? We've deeply desired this, the Star, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles, this opportunity to mend ways, mend fences, mend the relationship. I don't quite know what this is to you, but I do know that you two care about each other. And yeah, there's been a high desire here to fix what was broken with the Five of Pentacles. Okay? Likely some abandonment issues, emotional abandonment, having to break away from the path at some point, something like that. All right? But it looks lovely. All right. That's not to say there isn't a lot of hard work there, but honestly, the way you two take off running on that conversation. Okay. Let's take a look. The Chariot, Judgment, Six of Cups. Somebody told me once, you have flawless shuffling. And I'm like, I know, until I don't. I tell you what, my hands are a lot like my mouth. Even they have a stutter. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name's Christina. Yes, I have a lisp/stammer. It happens, and I tell you what, my fingers, I tell you what, they have the same damn thing. Well, I tell you what, I'm consistent. The Chariot, Judgment, Six of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, the Moon, La Luna. It's coming through. Yeah. By the time of this reading, yeah. Pisces season 18th, which, like I said at the opening, we entered Pisces season at the 18th, if not on the dang day, on the dot, Taurus. I tell you what. So if not on that day, yes, it's incoming. I still can't tell who is who. Somebody's doing it. It is judgment on both sides. Okay. To either prompt the conversation, or to receive it. Judgment's running both ways. Lots of water here. Lots of it. Couldn't help but notice. Specifically Pisces, Cancer, but as it resonates. Yeah. Communication's there under the moon. It represents the unknown for at least one person. So it's either you're surprised, or you're surprising someone else. Okay? It's not like, catastrophic tower. It's more like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like, literally, I didn't see that coming. So someone here is like, I didn't see that coming. That's it. And then after that, the conversation just kind of picks up. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. Six of Wands. Oh, well, I'm sure. Like I said, there's lots of fire here. Temperance. Two of Swords. Okay. Confusion, I am happy to report, is clearing up. Nice. And it feels good. In fact, the more you two talk, the less confusion there is, and you're showing me increased confidence. Six of Wands, like... It's kind of like the more you know, knowledge is power. So the more you two talk, things get cleared up, the confusion dies down. There's, in fact, a beautiful soothing effect that takes place between you two with Temperance here. So really, in this context, even though there's fire running around, and it's good fire, it's light fire, it's manageable, it expresses a certain intensity between you two. But still, that old adage applies, knowledge is power. The more you know, I'm just seeing confidence rise. Yeah, we feel good. We feel good talking here. Lots of room for discovery, but it's very comfortable discovery. It's not pressing on either side. It's nice. I like that. Good. Wunderbar, as my people would say. Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Star. Yeah. Also something my people would say. Ja. Ja, das ist gut. Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Star. Apologies to my native German speakers. I'm very rusty. Extremely. Okay, the Fool. And Five of Cups and the Chariot. There it is again. Forward momentum. The five is experienced on both sides, fair and square. Emotional abandonment, 3D abandonment. You two are working through that, I must say, beautifully. Honestly, this is that opportunity, guys. It's beautiful. I'm glad that you're both navigating under the principles of Chariot and the Star. You both desire this. To address the wounds and to heal what ails you both, but more than that, kind of showed like a united front on effort and meaning and context. This means something to me. Good, it means something to me too. It's important to me. You're both expressing to me importance more than anything else. The importance of in this time, in this moment, the significance of it, the spiritual and emotional connectivity of it, that's what you're emphasizing. So that kind of unexpected emotional occurrence of communication, we put that aside, which is lovely. Okay, it's soft, it's gently received. Okay, then the intensity, the heat, put that aside. What remains here is, like I said, a united desire to connect over this, to bond over it, to rebond. The Five of Pentacles, of course, famously is one of your minor cards. The Five of Cups, it's not that far apart. They both speak to issues around abandonment and regret. You both have been wanting to speak to this. It benefits you both. Now, what happens in the long term, I don't know. But that was quite a bit just in the next couple of weeks, honey. I mean, that's beautiful. That goes beyond baby steps. That's full-on progress. I love it. That's gorgeous. But there's so much more room for movement. Do you see that? There's so much more room for outward flow. I can see that two people are glad that they took a risk or a chance on each other. Whoever prompted it, fucking kudos to whoever prompted it. It was beautifully done, well felt, well expressed, well received. Choice running on both sides, but hey, whoever put it out there first, good on you. Really maximizing the energetic potential here of this situation and the timing, everything is beautiful. Absolutely, it's borderline flawless. I mean, it's gorgeous. We're really taking into account the current present energies. Timing is right. Conversations on point. Both people. I love this. I absolutely love this. Looking a little majestic there, the both of you. All right. After that, I don't know. But you two are my personal freaking heroes today. Look at that. Gorgeous. You two still mean something to the other. And that's the thing. That's what I really see you past all this. I cannot begin to impress upon you enough the importance of how you convey that to each other. You know, this is important to me, and I'm glad we're doing this. And same. And that's what's felt authentically from the heart, yeah? Find a balance. Full moon and Libra. You might have some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to. No, I'm not looking at Libra season. No. But yeah, we're trying to find a balance. And there's a lot of respect here on both sides for the emotional self, the process, all that good stuff. I would dare say this might be a bit of a surprise, but... And here's the communication. Okay. All right. Oh. I'm not going to tell you. Because people absolutely lose their minds. I mean, they wet themselves. All right, I'll tell you. So as I look up all, I have to. Because yours truly gets lost to time when I'm reading. That's why I don't like being interrupted. I'm in the zone. Okay, but I have to hold myself accountable to some extent on time. So I look up. And what did I see? What did I clock in at? You know what I clocked in at. Say it, Christina. 11:11. I know. That's the big thing. People's beliefs are their beliefs. Okay, so I try to reflect on it. You know, whether or not they're my own, that's irrelevant, but I know it's important to a lot of people. All right, in Q, we have the Medallion of Gemini. You might have some very strong Gemini in your chart. Could be connecting to this season, might be important to you. Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. Not surprised I'm saying that. This is always going to be important to you. And for some of you, this might speak to a foundational thing as well. In terms of your legacy, wanting to extend it further, possibly in connection to this person. They could be part of your legacy or your foundation. I don't quite know, but you would know. All right, and it just might be that you two are deeply rooted in some way. And then we have the Medallion of the Child. You might have a kid, they might have a kid. I don't know. I'm not necessarily certain that I'm seeing childlike tendencies here. So that's childlike wonder, a sense of innocence, unconditional love. That could be here, yes, of course. The unconditional love piece, yes. I'm not really seeing childlike wonder, but there is a kind of emotional influence here that is unique. It's different. It's not just the Six of Cups talking. It's that kind of intuitive feel around the moon that this is the time to open up. It's something like that, maybe. And then I don't see any false dependency here, none whatsoever. These two people are clearly leading their own lives. So no, I'm not seeing any false dependency issues. It could just be verification of children being involved in some way. Okay, Taurus, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Virgo. Queen of Wands. Judgment. Oh, King of Wands. You're not the only one to get the old judgment call today. Oh, the Lovers. I promise you I shuffle the heck out of these in between takes, but if you have any Taurus in your chart, check those out. The Magician and Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Sun. The Chariot. Six of Pentacles. And may it be. You know, they had a very beautiful reading. Yours, not too dissimilar, especially with that opening. Now, characters, different. We still have matching elements here. And theirs was soul bond, but still Judgment. And I'm going to tell you the same darn thing I done told them. I don't know who's prompting it, but somebody is. Now, perhaps he will show me. But I couldn't tell in Taurus's, and I can't tell in yours, at least not right now. But I have two people who share a fire element. You two feel very strongly about each other. You know, there's a strong sense of passion there between you two. Judgment, more than passion, intensity, heat. And possibly, you know, when you were in each other's company in the past, you felt a lot of creativity around the other person. You know, the old juices were flowing. Metaphorically speaking, or possibly literally, sure. But yeah, being around each other, my goodness. Flame feeding the flame. I think you two were never felt more active, alive, or creative when you were around each other. But yeah, Judgment. So I don't know who's doing it, but somebody is, and they're doing it soon. One person is choosing to come forward. The other person has the choice to respond. It works both ways. Right here. But yeah, there you go. You two recognize each other instantly. And, you know, surprise or not, whatever the case is energy, recognizes energy. The Lovers, the Magician, Five of Pentacles. Very strong desire here to fix what's broken, just like with Taurus. Okay. Now I'm seeing much more of a desire here with the manifestation. So someone here, again, Lovers, two energies, at least one person has been deeply desiring to mend what was broken, the Five of Pentacles. So abandonment in some way, breakage in some way, yes. But yes, a strong connection, and these strong connections can create or evoke very strong responses, including breaks and pains and owies and hurts and all that stuff. And if we still feel compatible to that person after so much time, well, in my point of view, from my eyes and my experience, it's just a matter of time before in some way it reemerges. Just so long as both people recognize how they have changed, what they have learned, then yeah, it's got a shot. It does. The Sun, the Chariot, Six of Pentacles. And how? I would say not only does it have a shot, it feels pretty damn good, and it's feasible with the Six of Pentacles. Trust me, where this is coming from, Six of Pentacles is not a bad thing. I'm not saying breadcrumbing. Unfortunately, that is bad online tarot. Six of Pentacles is very rarely breadcrumbing. I need to see a lot more evidence before I call that. This is a balanced back and forth system that makes sense to you both as it starts to warm up and move forward. So as it warms up, beyond what you two personally feel for each other, but in each other's proximity, we're feeling happy. Chariot, we understand this thing's moving forward, but it's also in a way that makes sense to you both. Yeah? We're on the same page? Cool. Okay, much like this connection, we very much want to get on the same page. King, Queen of Wands, Judgment. Uh-oh. Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. And there it is. There's the offer here. Sadness of the past, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. They're not that far apart in terms of interpretation. The realistic break and what that means, and the emotional break and the regret and all that stuff. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. It starts out very simply. Whoever prompts this, it's either you or coming towards you. You still have the choice, regardless, to either put it out there or to respond. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. It is someone's sincere wish, and what's put forward is friendship or cooperation. Okay. You know that your two's connection, and they do too, goes beyond friendship. We know this. I'm seeing it as a starting point, as in you got to start somewhere. It's very Earthian. So despite the fire, you could be connecting to a fellow Earth sign. But again, what is reasonable? What is feasible? Can we agree to get along? That would be my great sincere wish for you and I, and specifically to work on the elements in the past that disappointed us both. So obviously, this is going to come down to a lot of communication and possibly the willingness to connect in real life, if that's where it goes. But it's someone's sincere wish here to start out in a friendly way and an unobtrusive way. But yeah, to heal the wounds of the past, or at least make a start of it. Finding common ground again, specifically with you two. All that heat and intensity aside, can we still be friends? Something like that. Now, if it goes beyond friendship, and I think that's what we're working towards here, then it needs to obviously build out higher. Okay? In other words, it can't stay a Three of Pentacles. It needs to make progress. But here we have common ground or common interest, hence my interpretation. Okay? So you work on the fundamentals of the friendship, and then maybe it can progress into its more advanced state. The heat, the intensity, the passion, the lovers, all that jazz. Okay. Sorry, my lower back is hurting. I really should have worn my brace today. Oh my gosh. The lovers. The Magician, Five of Pentacles. I need a stretch and a run. That's what I need. Oh my gosh. I'm actually a very active person. It is hard for me to sit for hours at a time. So it's quite shocking then how often I do exactly that, but I hate it. I hate it. I'm not a sit on the couch at the end of the day and watch Netflix until I'm a zombie person. I can't do that. I just can't do it. All right. Seven of Wands, the Emperor, and the Chariot. There it is. In order to proceed, let's have these boundaries in place. So you both know you're working from a frame of reference that is the lovers. You both know you're not friends. Like, you know that the connection runs deeper than that. I told you. That's an agreement to work on the fundamentals. The lovers, the Magician, Five of Pentacles. It's like, yes, I want this too. So I am seeing a response. Yes, I want this too. Let's please proceed with boundaries, though. I want to protect my interests, and you want to protect your interests too. But yeah, let's proceed. I see the Emperor, whoever identifies here in that masculine energy, is really taking shape on this one, or rather, identifying the shape of this, the road, and how to lead it forward. Okay? But the insistence upon boundaries, but yes, indeed, let's move forward beyond this Five of Pentacles, out of that Five of Cups. So you two have made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. That's wonderful, and that's because you're both manifesting it. So let's talk about that real quick. Manifestation of the lover, or any specific connection. This is where people have a very hard time with manifestation. They get focused on that one person who may not be for them, and then they're disenchanted when they realize so many years down the road, my manifestation doesn't work, manifestation doesn't work. Well, when we're talking about someone else, their energy has to be in alignment to the manifestation, or yeah, it's a waste of time. That's why I say it does not behoove, it does not do well to manifest one specific person, especially when they're not good for you, because you're going to get the same results. Okay? If you're going to manifest love, you need to keep it open-ended. Please, dear universe, send me someone who is correct for me. And that's open-ended. You're much more likely to get a better positive result if you're not fixated on one person who may or may not share that signal with you. But this one does. You cannot work with what you do not have. And you two are working with what you do have, and that is a shared signal. You two are not done with each other. I don't think you want to be, either one of you. But yes, one person here, the masculine energy, is saying boundaries, but yes, I want to proceed, and I want to proceed with you. If you agree. And the other person clearly does. Chariot's here twice. We've already made progress. Look at that. We're mapping some really good progress here today, and I'm all about progress. So I like it when people show me the pentacle. It helps me ground the reality. We started out with a shaky sort of Three of Pentacles. It would be my sincere wish to work through this. And then it goes from a 3 to a 5 and then to a 6. And we're still charting progress. It gets warmer too. Did you notice the temperature here started to rise? The personal heat you two feel towards each other, put that aside. I mean, when you two connect, it gets warmer, more responding. Firm too, with a sense of direction. Somebody's energy gets a little bolder, asking, and that's wonderful. The Sun, the Chariot, Six of Pentacles. And now we've got a full-on weather report. Sunny skies, very little clouds. Where am I going? East. I don't know. East. East what? East River? East Side? East Riverside? I don't know. East. I just can't. I'm getting fragments. Just East River, something east of the river. Whatever that makes, if that makes sense to you at all. East, a location of East. That's all I got. It's outdoors. I know that. It's outdoors, patio, something. Open air. East. It's either where you are now or where you intend to meet them in the future. You may not know yet. Okay. It's where am I going? That's it's like I'm trying to plug things into the fucking GPS. Where am I going? I'm trying to plug it in. Where am I going? The Sun, the Chariot, the Six of Pentacles. That was great though. East something. Maybe a river. The Sun, Chariot, Six of Pentacles. Yes. The High Priestess. The Lovers. Oh, but of course, darling, couldn't have been anything else. Oh, yes. The High Priestess, the Lovers, Justice. All is well. All is well. It's beautiful. And you feel it on the inside, and therefore it shows externally. Everything begins with the self. So if you are feeling that sense of it's going to be all right, peace, justice, strong connection is still intact. You feel it on the inside, it's going to show on the outside. I strongly suspect you're the one who's showing me the Emperor quality here. I said at some point somebody gets a little bolder, asking to move this thing forward, but it's done so in a firm way. And a space that implies direction, leadership. Okay. I think that's you. But internally, what you both share is an appreciation for the intuitive process. You both feel gentle with it. Like this is going somewhere and I feel safe to open up to it, and it feels warm and it feels very inviting, and there's just more progress to make or look forward to. And that's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Okay. And Six of Pentacles, I like that. You made really good progress, the both of you. So, you and Taurus, heck yeah. I can't hold everybody to the same standard, guys. Eventually, I'm going to have to catch a different signal, but... Oh... The benchmark for these strong energies, the both of you. I'm proud of you both. But yeah, absolutely, this is a benchmark for these strong energies. They're not always straightforward. For a lot of people, when they experience the Lovers, it's the Lovers for the season, not lover for a lifetime. And I still don't know that this is a lover of a lifetime, but I know this. You sure as heck ain't done with it, and neither are they. Again, you cannot work with what you do not have. You both have it. Okay, clear your mind. Last quarter moon in Gemini. All right. Now, fears, doubts, things like that. All right, that's it. Let's throw down some charms and we're good. P-E-C. We have the Medallion of Scorpio as well as Aquarius. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons. Might be important to you. Virgo, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn, please. Show me Capricorn. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, and Death. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Justice. Okay. The High Priestess, Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. Good. I want you to focus on what matters, and that absolutely matters. Here in the opening, you're kind of showing me an ego death here. It's kind of intense. Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, Death. There's something here you refuse to respond to anymore out of a space of ego, feeling the need to be right, correct, seen, something like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Six of Wands, I don't automatically jump to the worst conclusions around ego. Everybody has ego. Let's be clear about that. This is basic psychology. We all have ego. And you can really divide it up in two parts, healthy and not healthy. All right? Healthy ego keeps you alive, keeps you self-interested and self-invested. Unhealthy ego takes you to unhealthy places. That's it. That's it. So there's something here that represents in you that you've identified as being unhealthy ego. Perhaps once upon a time you thought it was healthy. You don't see it that way anymore. Eight of Cups, you've detached from that. And Death, you've had a total transformation around your ego and what it is that you find yourself responding to and why. So there's a lot to unpack right there. That was not easy. But I can see something here that you used to respond to out of joy or sense of confidence or achievement or attention maybe. You don't respond to that anymore. You understand where it comes from and you don't identify with those feelings anymore of recognition or attention or whatever it is. You just don't. Yeah, you don't find the joy in it anymore. And Six of Wands is something that can easily be overturned, you know. Yeah. We don't find joy in that anymore. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Justice. Oh yeah, no, you're living a much more authentic self now. A much more authentic approach to life and meaning and finding value in it and love in it specifically and how you love yourself first, and that's idealism. We should be loving ourselves first, and therefore we know how to deal with other people and our feelings towards them, right? So it's like taking ego out of the situation. How do I love myself better? And then I will always be kind of karmically or spiritually correct. That's right. So again, any sort of false reactions or attention, well, false, but they meant something to you back then, but they don't anymore. So however it is you used to get some sort of attention here or feedback or some form of confidence, you realize that's not really me. That's not what I should be living for. That's not what I should be reacting to. Because this is like stimulus, Six of Wands. Once you receive the stimulus, you hit the bar, I want more, right? I'm thinking about all the studies where animals and things have been tested about stimulation response, and that's really all the Six of Wands is in this context, what you were responding to. Because it felt positive at the time, but then you see your behavior. You're just doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not getting any better results. Right? So you stop doing that. This is much more authentic, extremely authentic. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Justice. Knowing that you love yourself first, okay? And what that means you'll always have a much more authentic emotional experience when dealing with others. You're always going to do right by you. The High Priestess, Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then I see you turning some of that beautiful attention and intention to your inner circle, family, friends, loosely defined as, and putting yourself in that. Really, really giving it your full attention. The people who authentically love you and care about you and support you, you are showing that to them as well in the next couple of weeks. And that means you're distinctly not giving attention to this area anymore. This is like a blackout right here. Total blackout. Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, Death. It's like, these are the people who deserve my thoughts and my feelings and my actions. I deserve them for me first and foremost. And the people who actually matter and the people who actually show up and love me, they deserve that too. Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, Death. Yeah, it was sabotage. I understand. Five of Swords, Strength, the High Priestess. At some point you felt it. You're highly intuitive. It's just at some point your intuition got clouded over. With Strength and Five of Swords, there was a kind of pride for you. Perhaps not. You might have even identified with this up until not too long ago. A kind of pride that you were listening to yourself, but really it was self-sabotage, the stuff that you were responding to. So I don't know what it was specifically that you were responding to, but it came from, like I said, unhealthy ego, and you saw it, you dealt with it, you stopped giving that side of you that craved that attention, you stopped giving it attention to, you stopped paying to it, attention to it. You stopped reacting to that stimulus and said, this does not feed me, this does not nurture me. Every time this ego in me, whatever this is I'm responding to, is satisfied, I just want more, and it's the same over and over again. So I don't know what it is, honey, that allowed you to stay latched on to that response as long as you did. But you stopped, and I'm grateful that you stopped, and you are too. Because this is quality. This can't be replaced and it can't be replicated. And it most certainly can't be a trained response. This is a trained response. I don't know where you stopped putting your attention, but I know that you responded to it from unhealthy ego. You thought you were getting results, but you weren't. And when you stopped doing that, you could hear yourself better, couldn't you? This is not love. This is not affection. This is not attention. This is not action. It's nothing. So I know that for you, for your point of view, you probably stopped feeding something or someone an external response, but you stopped feeding it to yourself first. And that's ego death. When you said Capricorn, stop feeding yourself peanuts and being happy with it, you stopped reacting to external peanuts. See? Everything begins with a self. You said, stop taking pleasure from this. It's not healthy. You stopped accepting that external pleasure. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Justice. I'd like to spend more time with that, actually. That would be worthy of some really good in-depth tarot right there. Unfortunately, time constraints. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Justice. That's a lot more authentic. Oh, you're going to have some very bold, heartfelt decisions this week and a sense of self this week. It's lovely. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Justice, and hopefully carry you into a lifetime. Well, all right, the World, 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, yeah. All the old frustration. The frustration, the anger responses, constantly feeling blocked, belittled. It just, you're knowing that you are accepting less than your worth over here, responding to less than your worth. All that stopped. All that stopped. Look at that. The anger, defensiveness, feeling small. Having to defend what you were doing and why. That all stopped. Much more authentic now. Much more authentic emotional response. What you're doing and why you're doing it. Anger, frustration, just gone. Feeling like you've been reduced to some 6 of Wands bullshit activity. It stopped. You don't feel the need to defend yourself anymore because you understand where your feelings and actions and behavior are coming from. They're coming from a good place in you. Yes? The High Priestess, Queen of Swords, 10 of Cups. And I see you putting all that good attention and focus on family, friends, and a circle, the Lovers, 10 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. And also, P.S., yeah, inner circle, family, friends aside, there's a very strong connection. Very beautiful, strong connection out there. Very strong, and it seems to be highly stable as well. Deeply connected. The Lovers, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. You can put your full focus on that and enjoy yourself. Feel it. Focus on it. Participate in it to its highest extent. That's a whole way of life out there. You put your full focus attention on it because it deserves it. Because it's there, it's healthy, it's stable. This is extremely stable. This is very strong. 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers. So I don't know what it is over here that you were feeding, but it didn't amount to a hill of beans. It doesn't stroke your ego anymore. In fact, you understand where it's coming from now. You have a much more authenticated experience of emotional self-expression and being present. All the old defense mechanisms, frustrations, and angers are gone. And then boom, look at that. Whatever that is, it gets your full, undivided attention, and it is given back to you. It's not a one-way street. It can't be by definition. The Lovers, 2, 10 of Pentacles, 10, 4, divisible. Everything's divisible here. This is shared. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. This is highly constructive, highly stable, emotional and 3D stability. You're immersed in it, honey. You are a direct participant in it. You're like, this is where the intuitive self should be. This is where my mental self should be. This is where my 3D self should be. This is where my emotional self. All your selves are here being shared back and forth equally with somebody. So whatever that is, yeah, that represented peanuts. All right. And you're not satisfied with that. You haven't been for a long time. So I don't know what it is that you no longer allow it to amuse you or your ego or whatever because you don't find it satisfactory anymore. I'm glad you walked away from it. I'm glad you did a death with it. It's over. You don't give it the response anymore. Here's the authentic self. No more defenses. No more anger. It's like life's too short. Love the one that loves you. Choose them and they can choose you. That's what's here. That's what's now. That's what's happening. That isn't. I don't know what had you preoccupied, honey. 1,000 things can come to mind. The thing is, you're not doing it anymore. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be. Reveal what needs to be seen. Some of you have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to. This season might be important to you, although that was some time ago, and upcoming is way too far out. No. You either have that placement in your chart or possibly connecting to. But yes, reveal what needs to be seen. Oh yeah, that's the real you right there. It's not petty, it's not shallow, and doesn't respond to petty, shallow stimulus. All right? That's beautiful. We have X, F, R, V, J, B, Y. We have the medallions of Virgo, Leo, and Taurus as Sag. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to once more. The seasons might be important to you. A lot of energy in there. You might have a very diverse chart, but I will say this. I love where you find yourself, and I love your long term. That's something that cannot be replicated. Enjoy that to its fullest. Be present to its fullest. Give it what it needs so it can give back to you. It's beautiful. All right, Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Scorpio, please. Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Judgment, okay. The High Priestess, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, oh yeah, deep feeler you are. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. You're saying you've been through this before? I imagine that you have. Okay. All right, well, it's all the more imperative that you know yourself, your situation, your particular history, because something is coming back around. Okay. I'm seeing it here twice with Judgment, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. That also means it's on time, so it's supposed to. Wheel of Fortune, just like unfinished business. Here it is, finish it up. Judgment suggests there's a bit of a stronger implication of lessons learned, karma, stuff like that. And yeah, it's meant to reemerge at this time. What you do with it is up to you, based on what you know. So Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Judgment. It's a choice for you to open up to this, if you want, if you're so inclined. Something's coming through for you to look at, examine. Okay. Doesn't tell me too much right now, but you can't miss it. It's coming on through soon. All right? That means there was a judgment on somebody's part to approach you or talk to you, and you are familiar with the subject. You did initially show me an emotional response. Okay, Knight of Cups, so I know in some way you care about this, but Page of Pentacles, how to express that, or should you at all? It's up to you. The High Priestess, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. Oh, you're a deep feeler. Oh, yeah. You're an intense feeler, too. You typically identify as someone who's, yes, you would say that you're intense, but that for the most part you try to keep your heart open and listen to yourself and try to remember to honor and love yourself first and foremost. Good. I see you go within deeply to consult yourself about what you're feeling about all this. Okay. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. So in a way, yeah, it is a reemergence here with Judgment. And it also represents, to an extent, unfinished business between you and a friend. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and it's a kind of a painful history. It is your opportunity then, I suppose, to finish up that unfinished business. But it also represents an opportunity for lessons for you. Okay. Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Judgment. Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. Oh, of course it is. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. I see a soul bond. Well, of course it's a soul bond. Someone whom you have a history with, and someone you might even say you have a unique and or precious connection to. Yeah, they mean a lot to you. You don't deny that. Ace of Swords. You immediately recognize it, who it is. I told you, I saw an emotional response from you first. As a water sign. As someone that you care about. It's coming back through. Tend to evoke an emotional response. I know you care about them, and they probably even represent a soft spot in you with the Knight of Cups. But yeah, Page of Pentacles, how to approach this. Nine of Pentacles, just please know that you're a person of individuation. You can stand on your own 2 feet. All right? You have your own thoughts. You have your own conclusions. If you want to speak to this, you will. If you want to act towards this, you can. It's up to you. And you know what is funny is that they see you that way as well. They see you as someone with a strong mind and an independent character. It's kind of like if Scorpio has something to say, I know that they'll tell me. Okay? That's true. That's fair. So they can't say they didn't know when they reemerge. They seem to know who you are and possibly even think very highly of your character for it. All right? Okay. The High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. But it's not just about your truth. They have one too, obviously. Wanting to share it with you. How are we feeling about all this? High Priestess, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. King of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Oh, you're saying you still very much care about them. You do. You don't deny that. You had a very honest, consistent emotional response, not once but twice. Yeah, you're saying that you care about them a great deal, and that you might even say, I'm not speaking for you, your energy's speaking to me right now, that you love them, that you don't deny that. You're saying you know who you are. You're comfortable with who you are as the King, Queen of Cups. You're emotional and you don't apologize for it, but you're also in command of your feelings too. And that's what it is to be the King, Queen of Cups, ownership of emotional self. You're saying, oh yeah, no, I know. I care about them. I always have. They're Six of Cups. I know them a long time. I love them deeply. I care about them deeply. I always have. And maybe for some of you, you always will. So you know how you feel. And you understand that you might still have a unique or personal attachment to them. Okay. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. This is kind of unfinished business. Question is, how do we want to finish this business? The idea is if it's not, it might come back again. That's a possibility here. We might be able to conclude this particular chapter. And if so, what does that mean to you? What does that look like? Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Peace, truce. Truce. You're showing I look out upon the world, I can honestly say they're a friend. Three of Pentacles is here twice. I see you acknowledge that with word. Page of Cups, Two of Wands. I care about you as a friend. Always have. You might even say something to the extent of, I'm here if you need me. You know? So while you have a wealth of inner emotionality and individuation and personhood, You strongly identify with your feelings, you do. But you have it at the master's level, King and Queen of Cups, right? You're saying, I absolutely say what I feel. And I still care about them, and you can honestly own that. And you're showing me strength of heart. You believe this because you feel it. I can see why they gave you that kind of profile. They see you as someone who's very direct and very honest, and that's because you are. You speak from the heart. You don't say what you don't feel. So when you look out upon the world and you can say to them, I honestly see you as a friend, and I'm happy with that. It seems to be taken as truth. I see that you two have unfinished business. And just because you're 6 of Cups doesn't mean you were intimate partners of the past. However, you have a strong love for them. But you're also speaking honestly when you say, I look at you as a friend. I'm guessing you two have a very unique history. One where they are acquainted with your kind of firmer mind or firmer disposition about what you think or feel. They got that about you right away. So, they trust you then, and you trust yourself when you say, I look upon the world, I look at you, I'm talking to you. We're friends. We're cool. And you mean it. I'm not telling you to say what you don't feel. That would be the opposite of all this. You're saying it because it's your truth, as you understand it. It is unfinished business. I'm going to call this one bearing the hatchet. Okay? Squash and beef. Cleaning the slate. I don't know what else to call it. You love them. You say they're a soft spot. But also clearly defined as a friend and not a penny more. It's kind of like, nor will they ever be anything more than that. Okay. I don't know that they're necessarily asking you for resources, time, energy, or effort, but more like recognition. Are we cool? And if we ever talk again or hang out again, what would that look like? And you said, friends. But for reals. Okay. You gave that some really strong definitions, parameters, boundaries. But you mean it. You can either honestly say this person's a friend or you can't. Don't compromise yourself. The Scorpio I'm looking at, you don't do that. Or you haven't in a long time. Or perhaps the last time you compromised yourself and how you felt was back here. But you know what, honey? I'm glad. I'm going to tell you why. It's not exactly private. This is on the internet. But it's like between you and me. I'm glad that you made a declaration on this, and I'll tell you why. Regardless of the outcome. I'm glad you made it declarative. I know it would have come back again if you didn't settle it. Where you are, you can honestly say that you are secure enough with who you are and what you feel that when you said peace, truce, friends, you meant it. And hopefully I can put this subject to rest. Okay, new moon in Leo. Shine. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Shine, baby, shine. Some of you might have some very strong Leo in your chart, but just shine. New moon in Leo, it's your time to shine. You look great, you look beautiful. I love your heart space, it runs very deep. You are absolutely that Scorpio, right, where you've heard this, I say it's a critique, you've probably heard it as a critique, I would call it an observation. Depending on who you're connecting to, it's either positive, Scorpio, you are so intense. I've never met anyone like you. Or it's in the negative. You're way too intense. I've never met anyone like you, and I don't know that's necessarily a good thing. Okay, but I will say this. You're honest, and some people can hang with that, and others can't. So the fact that this person was like, tell me the truth. My coming to talk to you today, how does that make you feel? I feel good. I care about you. I love you. We're friends. We're cool. Okay. 2 C's. O, V, H, N. Yep. Just one medallion today. Yours. Could be double, triple, quad. Scorpio. Hi. Nice to meet you, fellow intense person. Yeah, there you go. Could be connecting to fellow Scorpio, FYI. And in which case, you two feel very strongly about each other equally. But still, the result is the same. Neither one of you is compromising yourself, but you can honestly say you're friends. Okay? But yeah. Oh, and the lotus flower, so that's still technically Scorpio energy. They're beautiful unfolding. Lotus flowers are complicated things, but they're beautiful. And you don't really understand their meaning, their beauty, or their symmetry until they unfold. And then you see it for what it is, and you appreciate it for what it is. And not a moment more, a petal more, or a penny more. Okay, and we have the wolf in reverse and upside down. This is nothing here to be pursuing or feeling pursued, nothing like that. No sense of being hunted or territorial pissings or anything like that. No. And then we have the yin and the yang. Yeah, I think you two complement each other in your own way. Yes, you could say yin yang, a soul bond. But what I'm getting here is a sense of completeness. Okay? All right. Scorpio, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And happy birthday. And by the way, running late into the afternoon, yeah? So if your message breaks, just please know it will pick right back up where I left off. Show me Pisces. The King of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the King of Swords. 9 of Swords, Page of Cups, the Hanged Man. I understand. The idea of you opening up to this or keeping yourself open to it makes you feel very vulnerable and small, and I don't like that you feel that way. The Star, Strength, Queen of Cups. Yeah, I really want you to do what's right for you. Look, King of Wands, King of Swords, 5 of Cups. I got some sadness between these two figures. Actually, quite a bit of it. A lot of sadness, loss, regret here. Okay. Because you made it so far, because you tried it all, I don't know. But it's equally felt. 9 of Swords, Page of Cups, the Hanged Man. Like I said, I see you hanging back, and you don't know if you continue to remain open to this connection or this person. I don't blame you. The idea of opening up again at that level hurts. It hurts really bad. It makes you feel insecure, and I don't want you to do anything that makes you feel that minimized, insecure, and unsure of yourself. Because it's like, what would I be opening back up to, by the way? More of the same? More 5 of Cups? More sadness? More hurt? More pain? More disappointment? You're not showing me emotional security, and for you, that's kind of a big thing. Okay. The Star, Strength, Queen of Cups. That's what I want you to do. I want you to dig deep and be mindful of how you love yourself, and ask yourself, do I align with this in terms of my goals in love and in life? Is this what I want to see for myself indefinitely? Is this my vision of the Star? Is this how I'm best utilizing my personal strength, love of self, and then therefore for someone else? Someone I feel like I'm too intimidated to talk to or open up to or be vulnerable with again? Is that the best use of me, my strengths, my love, my dreams, my goals, my vision? Is this what I saw for myself when I was a little Pisces growing up? Probably not. Something to keep in mind. Okay? King of Wands, 5 of Cups, King of Swords. Now, it's not to suggest that you two can't work out your differences, but I'm talking about long term. Whatever this is had a severe impact, and you can't see it the same way, or at least you don't believe you can see it the same way. Never mind be open to it like you once were. Like, it really knocked your emotional confidence out of you. Okay. King of Wands, 5 of Cups, King of Swords. Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Ten of Swords. Couple thoughts here. I have some heat that's quite high, so perhaps someone here lost their temper, anger, or lost sight of positivity, hope, or passion. And Ten of Swords, a sense of betrayal. It could have swung in that direction, yes. Someone betrayed the other with their more fiery tendencies, anger, passion, any of those things. A lot of things can provoke that sense of pain and betrayal. But it seems to be attached to this King of Wands figure as the culprit. Okay. Yeah, that can evoke a lot of pain and regret. That we made it so far just for this to happen, or that I tried anything with you at all just to have this happen. Yeah, but there's a strong sense of betrayal, and I see how it plays out in you. I don't like the insecurity coming from you. Emotional insecurity specifically. I don't think I can ever trust this again from the heart. Yes, it does feel like we were betrayed. But betrayal can take many forms. I can see that someone lost control of their heat in some way. Okay. And in which case, yes, you would feel insecure and uncertain. Not knowing if you can ever be vulnerable with this person again. Nine of Swords, Page of Cups, the Hanged Man. Page of Pentacles, King of Swords. Oh, so you are the King of Swords. Okay. So you're sharp. You're pretty sharp tack, as they say. You know you're meant to invest in your self-worth, not undermine it. Self-worth right here. You know that you need to take care of you at this time and be mindful of your own needs. I agree. This person is not seeing to your needs, not in a way that's healthy or good for you. Not at this time. Not after what I saw. Not after what you experienced. It says a lot when a water sign says, I don't know if I can ever open up to you again. You know, emotional vulnerability may not mean shit to some people, but to water signs it means a lot. We're talking about emotional trust. Not mental trust, not spiritual trust, emotional trust. Can I trust you with these feelings of mine? I'm looking at you. I think not. So yes, please, withdraw. Take care of yourself at this time. That's imperative. Please put the focus back on you. Once more, get back to the basics or principles of self-worth. Remember that. How you perceive your own sense of self-worth largely determines on who you allow yourself to attach to and why. The more you're aware or reassert what your own self-worth is, the better you will understand where this should or should not be. And we're back. That's that break I was talking to you about. Now, yes, as I said, principles of self-worth. Get reacquainted with them, and you'll know how to deal with this. Okay? This person at this point should either be in your life because you understand that it's worth it to you to work things out with them and fix it, or you understand they're not supposed to be in your life anymore. Ten of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. I have to qualify that all the time. It can be a very strong precursor, but it's no guarantee. People can live with pain for a long time. It depends on how much you understand your self-worth to be. Okay? If you don't have a very strong idea what your self-worth is, you might re-enter that and experience it again and again and again. Okay? But it's really not your worth. So you got to know. The Star, Strength, Queen of Cups. With Strength, I really want you to take a look at your star. What is your dream? What is your vision? And is this it? Yes or no? And you have strength for you. Remember, strength works both ways. It takes strength to do this, and it takes strength to do this. Both take an equal amount of force. Do you have the strength to get back to your original vision of love and desire, safety, security? And if so, can you find it within? And if not, Can you find it in you first? And then connect to somebody else later. Someone else. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. The Empress. Yeah, good. 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 I don't think you have an immediate answer for this, other than to stay away from it for the time being. And then I see you drawing all your inner strength and refocusing it. Okay? Temperance, Eight of Pentacles, the Empress. Whatever it is that you do for coin or productivity, you're about to get a big old booster shot in that. Good. Your personal sense of security specifically, I see you getting back to it with vigor, with gusto, with new meaning. You're saying, I've got to take care of myself and meet my own needs. I agree. Temperance, Eight of Pentacles, the Empress. Do you have a long-term answer for this one? Perhaps you do. But you're not willing to say just yet. In the interim, the Star, Strength, Queen of Cups. Good. Get back to your vision. Reinvest into you, your own healing. Eight of Pentacles and the Empress. Be aware, but it's a good awareness. You're going to go through a heightened busyness or renaissance, if you will. Really ensuring, doubling down on your personal sense of physical security, 3D security. Gathering your resources. Yep. You see to your own needs first and foremost, absolutely. You find you may not need that one at all. And when it's time, you might reveal your final answer on that, but I like how you're putting so much back into you. You're pouring it back into you. Good. Excellent. Good. Oh, I think you have a very strong remembrance right here about who the heck you are and what you're worth. No. This doesn't work. This, whatever this is, doesn't work. No. No. That's beautiful. Congratulations to you. You have so much going on for you. You bring a lot of quality into this world. You produce a great deal. And when satisfied, the Empress can give unconditionally. Very generous in nature. But you need to know who's worth giving to. Otherwise, you devalue yourself. You lose your Empress status. Be very careful. You're beautiful. You glow. But when I see you connected to this person, you don't glow. You diminish. Be real. Full moon in Aquarius. Oh yes, be real. Be the realest Pisces you can be, but that realness begins with you. I see that you don't have an immediate answer to this. That's fine. You focus on you. You'll get back to it when it's time. I don't mean get back together with them. No. I said you will get back to it. In other words, have a conclusion for it later. But in my point of view, okay, from my experience, whatever that is closure enough. But you're you. P, Q, D, J. We have the medallions of Capricorn as well as Cancer and you, Pisces. Of course, strong placements in your chart naturally, as well as these other ones. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you, i.e. now, Pisces season. I see you giving this as much space as possible until you know how to deal with it, or perhaps you want to draw. Maybe just leave it right there. Oh, no. Just the way you focus on you. That's brilliant. We'll take that. Yes, the Pegasus. You have the wings to fly. You have the right to fly. Any opportunities that you want to go towards, you take them, but choose them. You have wings. Remember, you can fly. All right? Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. Okay. What's going on? Show me Cancer. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Five of Wands. Okay. Five of Cups, Eight of Cups. Okay, 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 okay. All right. Well, somebody somewhere done wore this Cancer down. You're done. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Yo, you the fuck out of there. That's where you are. Okay, this one's going to be a short read. Oh, whenever Cancer is a short read, I'm like, oh, you're emotionally consolidated. That's it. It's game over. When Cancer is emotionally consolidated, there is no confusion. There is no fragmentation. You have one solid direction. That's why the Chariot is your superpower. Once you're on board with one direction, boom, you're done. You're out. You're gone. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Five of Wands. Now, what started out as a simple tiff. Okay, I'm fighting with my friend. Let's just call it friends because it's the Three of Pentacles. Take that with some flexibility, friend, partnership, acquaintanceship, colleague, something, a co-worker for all I know, but you get the idea. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. I know that you are trying to express in some way peace, trying to make peace with this person, get along with them. Hey, let's keep it friendly, let's keep it cool, let's keep it cool, let's remember we're friends, please. Let's remember. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to remember, you want to keep fighting. Oh, you had to go and bring that up, did you? Oh, okay. It's like that. And then it started to escalate. And it just kept going. I'm so sorry, honey. You know, it really is the case of this is telling you who your friends aren't. You know? Someone could not keep the tone in check. We couldn't keep the common goal structure intact, the friendship thing. I don't know what all the pushiness was about, but man, it got loud. And you're like, man. Not what I'm trying to do. This is not what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to sit here and be arguing with you all day. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I know, honey, they wanted to make the time. They kept pressing the point. I mean, do you have any idea how much it takes to emotionally exhaust a fucking Cancer? Are you kidding me? One of the most emotionally flexible signs in the zodiac? Are you kidding me? Like, how bad was that? Like, well, I'll tell you, Christina, it was just one time too damn many. That's what it was. Okay. Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, not as of this message, maybe not tomorrow, but within the course of the next 2 weeks. We're still very much in the Pisces season. In fact, for some of you, it might be the new moon or right around there. Let's say the next full moon, March 3rd. No, prior to. But Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Moon, honestly, honey, when you're looking at this, you're like, when I think about it, Christina, I've been wanting to walk out on this forever. Yeah, you have. Five of Cups, it's just that thing, honey, where your superpowers, the ability for your emotional diversity can come back and bite you in the butt. Now, this is what I talk about all the time. All signs, listen to me now, all signs have pros and cons. I can go on and on and on about Scorpio's cons because they relate to their pros. Right? So you can't have one without the other. Your pro, that super, super highly adaptable emotional flexibility that you are so known for is the very thing that can get you into trouble. Finding ways to adapt to people and meet their emotional needs and try to understand them sympathetically and empathetically. These are all beautiful superpowers, skills. But yes, they can work against you. No one enough is enough. I feel like with this person, you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. It's not enough. It's not enough. Always arguing a point and without getting to the point. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you settle down? How can I get you to settle down? How can I get you to be cool? How can I understand you better? There's only so many times you can ask that before you're like, you know what, fuck it. I'm done trying to understand you and your argument and your situation. And that's when your superpower, ultimately as the Chariot, should take over and say, this is what I'm trying to do. This is where I'm trying to go. Okay, no more emotional flexibility or consideration. Okay, I got to do what I need to do now. But if you think about it, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Moon. It's a little bit of an uncomfortable subject for you, but it's starting to dawn on you. How long have I been wanting to walk away from this? That depends. How long have you been trying to make this friendship work? Yeah, it's like that. My guess? Give or take 6 months to a year. Page of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 6 of Swords. Oh yeah, no, there's no going back. I see you defending your decision. I think you just want to be left alone in peace at this point. But yeah. I just look at that. Look at that peace offering, too late. You know what's interesting? It wasn't the Page of Cups, it was the Page of Pentacles. In this context, given what I've seen, it's a very, 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 very super duper late peace offering. It's not an apology. Peace offering. Okay. It's a little something. Fare thee well. And you're like, you can take your fare thee well and shove it. And you know exactly where you can shove it. I'll give you directions, though. I will if you want me to. I'll give you directions. Yeah, 7, 1, 6 of Swords. No, you're out of there, honey. You're out of there. You're so sick of this. You're so fucking sick of this. Like, do you have any idea how much it takes to exhaust a Cancer? Oh my God. It's like exhausting a Taurus's patience. It's a contradiction. It just doesn't work. What the absolute hell? Honey, you have yourself a little drink. You put your feet up. It's okay. It's okay. Not everybody's meant to stay in your life. Not everybody's meant to be a friend because, you know, like I said, your friends will often tell you what kind of friends they're not after enough time. You know, it's like you say you're my friend, but look at how you treat me. I don't think we're friends. I really don't. Yeah. People always reveal themselves in time. There you are, darling. See, right there on the split. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now you're using that energy for you. Now you're cooking. That's you moving forward in a very streamlined way. All right, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Frankly, I'm just floored, really. Good night. Cancer, obviously, for some of you, is your moon placement. All right. 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands. And for some of you, Pisces might be your moon. Oh my gosh. That's all right. It's getting cleared up now. That's the point. All right. The High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Yeah, you see, you just had that feeling and you've been having that feeling, boo-boo. No matter what I do, no matter what I offer, they're not happy. Ever. Yeah, no, you're right. The High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, it doesn't matter what you offered in form of friendship, the stability of it, the investment of it. Some of you have done very sizable acts of friendship and opportunity. Some of them are quite small. It doesn't matter. They all seem to get rejected, argued against, or pushed back on. Your best effort, that's all I can see in the Ace of Pentacles. Your best effort. It's an internal feeling. You know that exhausted, I'm done internal feeling. No matter what I do, it's not good enough. No matter what I do, it's never going to make you or the situation happy. It doesn't matter how big the gift is, the bonus is, the opportunity is, or my effort or endeavor is. It doesn't matter. I get no kudos, no credit, no nothing. Something like that. And you know, this harkens back to a very simple point, Cancer, honey. You're gonna have to learn this, right? You can't make everybody happy. You just can't. You're not supposed to. And it's a great recipe for disaster for the self, trying to make other people happy. It's an impossible task, and it will always set you up for failure. I don't know why you tried so hard with this one. I don't know if you were looking for approval or you just have a hard time letting people go in the general sense. But I tell you, look at how uncomfortable you made yourself to make someone else comfortable. Does that sound like a fair dynamic to you? No, of course it doesn't. I know it isn't. You've been feeling it. Let's talk about that. 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, if we're being honest with ourselves, we've been wanting to walk away from this friend for a long time. The Chariot, that's you. Ace of Swords. Oh, see, I know. See, there's that emotional flexibility. Ace of Swords, the Chariot. Look, yeah, you're being honest with yourself. You had considered it a long time ago, but you thought you could be open just a little while longer, right? Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I'm just not being emotionally available enough. No, baloney, malarkey, nonsense. No, I call shenanigans. No. Honey, you just felt it deep down inside, but you kind of ignored your intuition there, didn't you? No matter what I do, they're always going to be unhappy. And you had thought about it. I'm telling you, 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, it's like, maybe I should just stop being their friend. But you said, nope, no. That's what I'm inclined to do. That doesn't mean I'm right. Oh, well. But you did consider it, though, as an option. Remember, 7 of Cups is options, availability. One of them is to not make yourself available. One of them is to absent the situation or leave the situation. You had actually considered that 6 months to a year ago. You're doing it now, and that's what counts. Okay? So give yourself credit. It's not too late. It's never too late. It's a bad job, honey. It's a bad friendship. It's something. But for the most part, it's not really about how frustrating it was or how busy it was. It's this sense of you feel like a failure in a friendship. And what the fuck is that? That means they didn't want you to feel like a success as a friend. Why? Because that's an unhappiness problem. That has to do with them and nothing to do with you. That's why. Page of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 6 of Swords. Can't make other people happy, but I tell you what, unhappy people will absolutely, mark my words, unhappy people will assign other people the task of making them happy just one by one to see them all fail, because everything begins with the self. If you're not happy with you first, you're sure as hell not going to allow anyone else to make you happy either. You know? It just reinforces it. That Cancer couldn't make me happy. Well, that Sag couldn't make me happy, and this other person here couldn't make me happy either. That's all I do is meet horrible people and narcissists, and they don't seem to understand they're the common denominator. All right, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 6 of Swords. Page of Wands. Oh, a couple of pages. Hierophant, Knight of Wands. Oh, someone who's putting in a gesture that they care. It's a little one. It's weird, but no, I'm saying conviction. I'm saying you stand firm in your conviction. Nope. I'm out. I'm out. And you know what? I can honestly say you look spiritually proud right there towards the end. You do. It's like, this is what I believe in right here. And you moving away from this really is an exercise in taking your power back. Oh my, yes. Yeah, but you're showing me faith and confidence in you. The more you get away from this, the more your faith and confidence in yourself rises. So being around this person, I don't know, maybe it felt like a constant act of humility, knocking you down to size or something. Yeah, I know. That's what happens when we attach ourselves to people who hold us hostage for their happiness. You're always made to feel small. And I don't know if it was all that, but guys, I'm looking at you. I'm exhausted. I feel like I canvassed this situation pretty well with very few cards. I'm not overextending. That is way too much numbness and disorientation and sorrow and sadness and disappointment for a friend that was constantly arguing with you. So what the absolute hell? No. And then I see you kind of spiritually uplifted the further you get away from this. It's like, oh God, I'm believing in me now. Yes, I'm investing in me. This is the best course of action. Now they show some ante there towards the end, some nerve. And you're like, never mind. I don't need that. I don't need your participation. I don't need your approval or disapproval. I'm gone with or without your consent or offer or whatever it is, act of contrition. I have no idea. Okay. But I like that. It's kind of like saying, yeah, this is what I believe in over here. Oh, spiritually, you seem to feel a lot better about yourself and what you're doing and what you decided. And you're just like, I'm committing to this exit. Oh, yes. Breathe through the tension, full moon in Scorpio. Oh, yes. Breathe through the tension. Did we have all the water signs here today? Yep. Oh, yeah. You might be a smorgasbord of the water signs. Oh, yeah. You got all the water. I'm leaning towards that, actually, quite a bit. Full minute, but breathe through the tension. I know you're at the height of it. I promise you, you're going to be walking here soon, and you're going to start to feel better pretty quickly. All right? I said it was going to be short, but honestly, wow. F, P, B, Q. Yeah, you might have some Taurus in there, too. Taurus is Medallion as well as their power card. could be connecting to. Yes, I don't think this upcoming season is necessarily important. I'm seeing everything happen now. But yeah. Taurus in your chart could be connecting to, and the same is true for Sag. This is their arrow. Okay? All right, Cancer, honey, I do hope this helped you. And if, if it's any consolation at all, I mean, I 100% support what you're doing. And in fact, I would have supported your decision about 6 months to a year ago. Yeah. I tell you what, the self never takes so much damage as when we're connected to people who are just determined to be unhappy despite our best efforts. And that's our exit. I'm sorry, that's our cue to take our exit. I gotta go. Okay. Cancer, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.